What you doing?
Cooking us up a pot of mush for breakfast?
We didn't have to do that no more nor nothing else. That bonsai fella's fetching over his Japanese women folk.
Yeah, they's gonna take care of him, but that don't mean they's gonna do for us.
Oh, yeah. He told me. They's gonna wait on us hand and foot. Them Japanese men don't have no truck with that women's lib.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, all you got to do is give them orders. See, I've been learning Japanese, so's I'll be ready. Listen to this. Kamikaze, Toyota, Sony, 0.
What does that mean?
Don't smack into my car radio with your aeroplane.
You reckon you's gonna be saying that a lot?
Well, not a lot, but if I gives them an order right off, they'll respect me. See, Japanese women is trained to respect Japanese men.
But you ain't a Japanese man.
With me speaking their language so good, how's he gonna know?
True, true.
Oh, gotta learn to eat with these, Uncle Jed.
What is they?
This is what you call chopsticks. The Japanese uses them instead of knives or forks or spoons. Watch, I'll show you.
Don't seem to hold a lot.
It's probably for meat, like them karate chops.
Reckon that's why they call them chopsticks?
More than likely. Boy, I can't wait to sink my teeth into them chicken-fried karate chops.
Reckon there's anything like pork chops?
Oh, yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna be eating high on the karate.
Good morning.
Oh, morning, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, sit down and have some breakfast.
Oh, no thanks, no thanks. I'm on my way to pick up the women of Bonsai's household and bring them over.
Well, how is Mr. Bonsai feeling this morning?
Well, he still feels terribly humiliated that Granny defeated him in hand-to-hand combat.
I'm sorry about that.
It was all I could do to get him out of his room. Oh, Bonsai! Come in and say hello.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
What'd he say?
I don't speak Japanese.
Jethro does. Jethro, say something cheerful to Mr. Bonsai.
Lots of rock.
What was that?
That's Japanese for lots of luck.
Ask him would he like some victuals.
Okay. Are you like a fly lice?
That's not Japanese.
Well, you're right. That's Chinese. I speak so many languages, I get them all mixed up.
I wish Granny hadn't whooped him so bad. He sure is down in the dumps.
Well, you can hardly blame him. He's a world-famous karate expert.
I sure hope he picks out some tender ones for our chops.
Yes. Well, I'll be on my way. Oh, by the way, have you heard from Granny and Ellie?
Not a word. I hope they's comfortable staying in Miss Jane's apartment.
Well, I'd hardly call it an apartment. It's more like a furnished room.
This bed was right nice to sleep on, but it sure does take up a lot of room.
Well, Miss Jane says after you take the bedclothes off, it folds up into a sofa.
No.
That's what she said.
Well, it ain't doing it.
Doing what?
Folding up.
Granny, I think we have to help it. Let's see.
Well, I'll be switched. What'll they think of next?
Oh, Bessie, you got your dress all dirty climbing on that fire escape. Now, let's see your hands. I was afraid of that. Now, let's go get washed up. We'll be having breakfast quick as Miss Jane gets back.
I declare you could sleep six on this thing crossways.
Granny, Ellie Mae. Well, good morning, Bessie. I hope our landlord doesn't see you.
Morning, Miss Jane.
Oh, good morning, Ellie. Sorry it took so long getting your breakfast.
Your kitchen sure must be a long ways from your bedroom.
About 3 blocks. Where's Granny?
Well, she was here a minute ago. Must have stepped out.
I didn't see her in the hall.
What you want, Bessie?
She's probably hungry. Here's your breakfast, Bessie. I thought they like bananas.
They do. Bessie's trying to tell us something. What is it, Bessie? I think there's something inside the couch.
Well, let's see.
It's Granny.
Granny, how in the world are you all right?
Of course I'm all right, but don't trust this bed. I laid down on it and it gobbled me up.
I am terribly sorry. He's never done that before. Have some coffee and he'll feel better.
By the way, Miss Jane, where did you sleep last night?
In the Murphy bed.
Oh, I'm sorry you had to go and stay with friends.
No. It's in the wall. Come on, I'll show you. See?
You sleep standing up?
No, it comes all the way down.
I declare I never did see so many clever beds.
Well, we'll need them all when the other girls arrive. Oh, it's Helen. I told her to come up the fire escape. My rent here is based upon occupancy by one person only. Welcome, Helen.
Cheers, everyone. I'll need some help with my luggage.
I'll give you a hand.
Me too.
Bessie, I ain't never seen anything like these city beds. They sure are space savers. I reckon Miss Jane and Helen will share this one. I sure hope it's as comfortable as Ellie's and mine. Ain't bad at all.
Thanks awfully, Ellie.
Yeah, thanks, Ellie.
You're welcome. I thought Granny was here.
She was. Granny?
She ain't here.
Bessie is trying to tell us something again. I wonder.
Miss Jane, if it won't hurt your feelings, I think I'll sleep on the floor tonight.
What's the idea of that get-up?
Oh, this is what I'm gonna wear when them Japanese girls comes in.
Well, what's got into you? You can't show yourself in your underwear.
This ain't my underwear. This is a karate outfit.
What's it for?
Well, I reckon you wears it when you eat them karate chops.
How come you're barefoot?
You're supposed to be when you wears a karate outfit.
How come?
I don't know. Maybe you eats with your hands and your feet both.
It ought to set well with you.
I got you one of these outfits. You want to go up and put it on?
I believe I'll pass on that, and you take yours off, too.
Why?
Boy, you don't want to be dressed for a villain the minute them Japanese girls walks in.
Why?
Well, it looks like you can't wait to get them to the stove.
Well, I can't.
Boy, you do as I tell you.
You're gonna disgrace me in front of them girls. I just know it. You want to be a rube all your life? Don't you want to broaden your cultural horizons like I?
Nope.
How's an international playboy like me gonna explain a hillbilly ridge runner for an uncle?
Go on up and get dressed and put some shoes on them big ugly feet.
I just know you're gonna disgrace me. Hey, that must be them.
Upstairs, boy.
Doggone it!
And here they are, Mr. Clampett, the lovely ladies of Bonsai's household. Enter, flowers of the Orient. This is Mr. Clampett.
Well, howdy, ladies. Mr. Bonsai, your women folks is here. You speak English?
Amico does.
We have great pleasure to be in the honorable house of Clampett, son.
What'd she call me?
Clampett-san. That's a Japanese title of courtesy.
Yokoso, irashai.
They set great store by bowing, don't they?
Yes, they're extremely polite. Oh, I almost forgot about their luggage.
I'll give you a hand.
Hurrah! ladies. Meet Jeffro. Uncle Jed, big hillbilly. But me, international prey boy.
You wear a karate suit.
Sure. I just can't wait to have me a karate chop.
You want a karate chop?
I sure do, and right away.
Please do not ask for karate chop.
But that's what I want, and the sooner the better.
See you later, Mr. Dry Deal. What are they so excited about?
You are not supposed to do things for them. From now on, they will do everything for you.
Oh. Well, take them upstairs. Tell them to take any room they want. We got plenty empty ones. What's the matter, boy? Did you fall over the rail?
Oh, I asked them girls for a karate chop, and one of them slugged me.
Welcome to Women's Live headquarters, girls.
Thank you.
Come in. Granny, Ellie Mae, Susie, and Betty.
Hi.
Now, you can hang your clothes in the closet as soon as Helen's through taking a shower in there.
She's taking a shower in the closet?
Well, it's too small to be called a bathroom.
We hang our clothes in the bathroom?
Well, you could also call it the den, the laundry room, the kitchen, and the spare bedroom.
Bedroom?
Yes, we're so crowded here, I'm afraid somebody will have to sleep in the tub tonight.
Miss Hathaway, I can't take my shower. There is a furry animal splashing about in the bathtub.
Oh, don't be alarmed. It's probably just Ellie's chimpanzee.
No, Bess is outside. Must be Frida.
Frida.
She's my possum. She just loves to play in the water.
I didn't know Ellie brought a possum.
Me neither. She must have had it inside her coat. They likes to sleep like that.
Now, Frida, you stay out of the bathtub when folks want to take showers.
Yes, Frida, please.
Miss Hathaway.
It's my landlord. Quick, everybody hide.
Where?
Where else?
Miss Hathaway.
Coming! Mr. Finney, I'm glad you're here. I have a complaint.
Well, so have I. I heard a lot of voices in here.
Well, you most certainly did. It was the television set.
You haven't got a television set.
Well, that is my complaint. The walls here are so thin that the set next door sounds as though it's right in this room.
I don't hear anything.
Well, of course not. I made them turn it off.
I believe I'll take a look in there.
Oh, good, good. I hope you brought your tools. There's at least half day's work in there.
What?
Well, yes, the faucet leaks, the tub is stopped up, the shower doesn't work, the paint is peeling, and you have got to replace that worn flooring. It is dangerous.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm doing apartment 16 right now, but I'll put you right at the top of the list.
Oh, Mr. Finney, that is another thing. The neighborhood children peer in at me all the time. Go away, you naughty child. Go on, go on.
No, I didn't get a very good look. But that's got to be the ugliest kid I ever saw.
Well, Mr. Finney, the situation is becoming quite intolerable. Ugly children, faulty plumbing, thin walls.
What was that?
I am glad you were here to see that with your own eyes, Mr. Finney.
Well, what was it? What did I see?
Well, unless prompt action is taken, I shall be forced to call the Department of Health and Sanitation about the mice in this building.
That was a mouse?
Oh, what else?
I never saw a mouse look like that.
Perhaps it was something worse. I had better call the Board of Health.
No, that's okay. It was a mouse.
Well, Mr. Finney, what do you intend doing about it?
Well, I've got a cat. No, wouldn't stand a chance against a thing like that.
Goodbye, Mr. Finney.
Miss Hathaway, I hear voices in there.
So do I!
Miss Hathaway!
Mr. Finney, I want something done about these thin walls.
All right. I'll make a note of it. Apartment 12. Thicken, Whoa. Excuse me. Is Biddles almost ready?
Biddles?
Well, yeah, food. You know, as we say in Japanese, lunch.
Oh, yes. Anything special you would like?
Well, I ain't gonna ask for no more of them karate chops. I know you get uptight about that. But there's something else I heard of that I'd like to try.
What is it?
Judo roll.
You want a judo roll?
I sure do. You see, I'm an international prey boy, and I rocks to experiment.
Please, do not ask for judo roll.
Yeah, but that's what I want. Heck, fire, I thought you folks were obliging.
Jethro-san, judo roll is not for ordinary person.
Yeah, but I'm not ordinary. I wants to try everything. Now, come on, let me have it.
What happened to you this time, boy?
I'll tell you something, Uncle Jed. Them Japanese is real polite. Till you ask for some of them special victuals, then they beats the tar out of you.
Any more visits from the landlord, girls?
No. You scared him away for a while.
Helen, what in the world are you doing?
I'm getting some charcoal burning in this brazier.
Well, that is purely a decorative piece.
Well, Granny wanted to make us a hot meal, and that's the only thing we could find to cook on.
Oh, there is no cooking in this apartment, but where is Granny?
She and Ellie went out shopping for some victuals. That's food.
Yes, I know.
Let's try it, Miss Hathaway. This charcoal is smokeless, and I'm simply perishing for nice hot London grill.
Well, if I know Granny's victuals, they will in no way resemble a London grill.
We's back, girls.
Oh.
The fast is over.
Wait till you see what all we got.
You're gonna have a feast fit for a king.
For a queen, Granny. Remember, this is Women's Lib headquarters. Let us not exalt the male image.
What did you bring? I'm starving.
Listen to this and let your mouth water. Salted down sow belly, owl gizzards, groundhog sausage, pickled catfish heads, and tenderloin of badger in gopher gravy.
I don't believe it.
That ain't all. Tell 'em what we got for dessert, Ellie.
Pawpaws with sorghum syrup, hedge apple turnovers, buckwheat pudding, and a nice ripe goat cheese.
What kind of market sells things like that?
You can't get those kind of delicacies in no market.
We went by home and sneaked into the root cellar.
Yeah, and we peeked through the window, and we seen Jed and Jethro, and they were having a miserable time.
Jethro had done fainted from hunger.
Yeah, he was laying on the floor in his underwear, and Jed had to help him to stand up.
Won't be long before they'll be yelling and screaming for us to come back home.
But we're gonna let them keep suffering until they knuckle under the women's lib. Well, I better get after the cooking. Where's the stove?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a stove.
I started a fire in Miss Hathaway's brazier.
Where?
Right here, in her brass brazier.
Miss Jane, I hope you don't put that thing on hot.
Miss Miko, I ain't never wore nothing like this before. It's mighty fancy for an old weed bender like me.
No, Clampett, son. You look very handsome. Very handsome. Please.
Well, what if I was to spill victuals on it?
You have no worry. You spill, Miko clean.
You girls sure is obliging.
Our pleasure to serve man. Please to be seated.
Is that a eating table?
Yes.
Looks like somebody sawed the legs off it.
No. It's Japanese table. You sit.
Well, hadn't I better wait for the others?
No, Clampett, son, head of household. Please to be seated and have sip of sake.
Sip of what?
Sake. Our native wine made from rice. You taste.
Japanese white lightning.
Please to be seated. Miko will entertain while you wait.
Hot dog! Sure does smell good in here. How soon is Vittles?
私たちわかりませんわ。
Oh, well, I reckon I can wait, but I'm awful thirsty. Hey, you got a sumo crush? You've heard of sumo crush. That's what the wrestlers over to Japan drinks. They's always giving one another sumo crush. It's probably like an orange crush or a lemon crush. You got any?
どうですか?
はい、大丈夫です。
Hey, Mr. Bonsai, you ever do any wrestling over to Japan?
Oh, yes.
Could you give me a sumo crush?
You want a sumo crush?
I sure do.
Please, do not ask for sumo crush.
Oh, come on, please.
You insist?
Yes, sir.
We step outside. It's better for sumo crush.
I sure do appreciate this. I won't forget it.
Not soon, I guarantee.
Well, I've got Granny cooking on the roof. I don't think the landlord can smell it up there.
I hope she doesn't set the building on fire.
Oh, no danger. As soon as you finish with your laundry, come up and have lunch.
We're eating on the roof?
Believe me, Betty, Granny's cooking is best eaten out of doors.
I'll get it.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm the landlord.
Helen, guess who Miss Hathaway has for a landlord? Who? Cary Grant. Oh, Mr. Grant, you're even more handsome off the screen than on. Doesn't that gray hair make him look distinguished, divine? And those eyes, those sexy eyes, they simply melt a woman's heart. Oh, Mr. Grant, you're my favorite star. My star of stars. Mine, too. Might I ask you to autograph my slip?
Who do you girls think you're kidding?
I beg pardon?
I don't look anything like Cary Grant. You know it.
Well,
Gregory Peck? Yes. Give this to Miss Hathaway, will you?
what is it?
It's a trap for her mouse.
Excuse me, girl, there's the phone.
Oh, no, Clampett-san. I get it.
Clampett Stan speaking.
Hello, Jed. This is Granny. Are you suffering?
Oh, yeah, I sure am.
Are you ready to knuckle under and give in to the women's lib? Have you learned your lesson?
Well, Granny, not yet. I think I ought to suffer a couple more days. Yeah, let's stay in touch. Don't call me, I'll call you. Bye.
What's all yelling about in here? Granny and that ape are at it again.
I thought I told you to call the zoo to come get that thing.
Well, I did. They said they had to fetch along a bunch of police and tranquilizer guns and stuff.
He is a stout rascal. Come on.
Aha! Now I got ya. Stop that bellowing, you ungrateful goomer. We took you out of the cage at the zoo, fetched you home, give you nice clothes, and now you balk at doing a few chores. Get to the kitchen and mop that floor. Aha! Now you're going to be Let me go!
Sounds like she caught him.
Let me go!
Or he caught her.
Let go or I'll tear the hair off your head! had enough.
You didn't hurt my gorilla, did you, Granny?
You fetch him back and I'll fan his tail till he lights up like a lightning bug.
Now, Granny, you and that ain't best call to draw. You kicked him down the cellar steps, he throwed you through the door. Keep this up and somebody's gonna get hurt.
Hey! Here comes 3 cars full of police.
Oh, they's fixing to shoot my gorilla.
Fetch the shotgun, I'll hold them off.
Police use tranquilizer guns to calm him down.
Let's see, can we get him to take a shot at Granny?
Whose side are you on?
For me, everybody. I say we as well rid of that bad-tempered varmint.
Well, I got to admit he ain't as much fun as Herbie.
Yeah, that first gorilla Mr. Drysdale sent over was a dandy.
Yeah, I'll say. Well, he was chopping wood and,
Washing and ironing.
And looking after my credit.
and digging taters.
He did take the chores real good.
Please, Pa, let's get Herbie back.
Yeah, let's get him back.
All right, I'll call Mr. Drysdale.
You heard me, Herbie. You're going back to the Clampetts.
No thanks, Mr. Drysdale.
What do you mean, no thanks? Why'd you bring the gorilla suit?
To show you the damage from the last visit. These hands used to be the same color as that face.
Oh, what did that?
Granny's lye soap.
Well, don't wash your hands.
That's from washing clothes.
Oh, a little shoe polish will fix it. Now, come on.
No thanks. That suit's too hot. And Jethro made me chop 2 cords of wood, dig 5 bushels of potatoes, and haul a whole acre of...
Tommy, boy, that's good for you. You're putting it on in a few places.
Every place but my wallet.
Oh, I see. Money towards, eh? How about that?
You're whispering.
All right. Here's, $200.
No thanks.
I'll double it for you.
You will?
Yes. Here.
Forget it.
Yeah, you're right. Do it for kicks.
I've had my kicks. Every time I growled, Granny would lay those big army boots right here.
Mr. Clampett and Ellie Mae are here to see you.
Oh, my gosh. Hide this suit. Tell me, have a heart. Jed Clampett has more than $60 million in my bank. If he finds out that Herbie wasn't a real gorilla, I'll lose it.
In other words, this whole thing is money in your pocket.
Tommy, would I send you back to the Clampetts just for money?
Mr. Drysdale, for money, you'd send Custer back to the Indians.
Drysdale.
Just a minute, Mr. Clampett. Come in. Come in.
Mr. Drysdale. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had company.
It's quite all right, Mr. Clampett. Oh, I want you and your lovely daughter to meet this wonderful gentleman, Mr. Thomas F. Kelly. F for faithful. Never betrays a friend.
Howdy, Mr. Kelly. I'm pleased to shake your hand. This here's my daughter, Ellie Mae.
Howdy.
Aye.
Where's Miss Jane?
Where did she go? Oh, there she is. Okay, take your coffee break.
Well, I didn't see her slip out there.
Awfully thin girl.
Mr. Kelly, sorry to bust in on you like this. You a banker?
No, I'm a gorilla.
He means he's in the gorilla business. This is the man who owns Herbie.
Do tell.
Where is he, Mr. Kelly?
I'm afraid Herbie's retired.
Oh, gee.
That's too bad.
But we can wake him up. He's retired, sleeping right in here. Wake up, Herbie! There's somebody here to see you. Get ready and come out, you sweet old gorilla.
Just a minute, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, now, Tommy, relax. He wants Herbie to get his beauty sleep.
As I recollect, looked like he could use some.
We haven't made a deal. We will. Greatest guy in the world. One of nature's noblemen, Thomas F. Kelly. F for fair. Wouldn't think of overcharging a friend. Oh, I forgot. I locked it.
Howdy, Herbie.
Hello, Herbie boy.
Oh, Herbie's just wasted away to skin and bone.
It does appear his hide has some slack in it.
Pining away for you folk.
You're coming with us, Herbie.
Is it all right?
Sure, take her home.
Her?
Oh, I mean Ellie with the gorilla.
Come on, Herbie.
We take you home and fatten you up on some of Granny's possum soup.
Mr. Drysdale and I have some business to conclude before Herbie can leave.
We'll conclude it. Just as sure as this man's name is Thomas F. Kelly. F for fabulous. Do anything for a friend.
Fine. That mean gorilla we fetched home from the zoo kind of tore up Herbie's working clothes.
Well, if he comes, I'll see that he gets clothes.
Good, because Granny just can't abide a bare ape.
And they won't be work clothes, and you'll buy them.
Listen, Tommy, I don't need you. I'll buy my own costume and put Miss Hathaway in it. You make a great gorilla.
Gee, Chief, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. I wouldn't wear one of these if it got me a proposal from Tarzan.
That's true, Hathaway. Are two of my dearest friends going to desert me in my hour of need?
Like you said, banker, money talks. But this time, let's hear it loud and clear.
How's that?
Keep talking.
Thomas F. Kelly. F for Pink. F for Finagler. F for Flim Flammer.
How would you like F for Fist?
Okay, but that's all you get. I need the rest of this to buy you clothes. Now, let's go.
Boy, that gorilla really flung Granny through them doors.
He did, for a fact. She must have carried 10 feet on the fly and another 5 on the bounce.
Surprised there weren't no bones broke.
Would have been if she'd have caught him.
Herbie here yet?
Well, no, not yet, Ellie.
Well, Granny wants to see you in the kitchen, pal.
All right, you come out here and give Jethro a hand.
I'll give him 4 hands. Maybell's got 10.
Ellie, that little old monkey ain't no help. I'll be glad when Herbie gets back. That scamp could really put out the work.
Now, listen here, Jethro. Herbie's my gorilla, and you ain't gonna work him up to a frazzle like you done before.
But that's a law of nature. Us smart ones makes the dumb ones do the work.
Well, if when you're so smart, you'd know that board looked heap neater if you nailed it on the inside.
You didn't have to tell me that. I'd have figured it out for myself. See? I got it up here.
Want to see me, Granny?
Yeah, Jed. Do you reckon that gorillas like hoe cakes and sorghum?
Well, I don't hardly see how that could happen. Why, yes.
Well, Ellie says that Herbie has thinned down a lot. And I thought I'd try and fatten him up with some hoe cakes and sorghum and my special puree of possum.
Take it kind of easy on that rich food, Granny. Them gorillas seem to suffer a heap from heartburn.
Yeah. Even that ornery one that we fetched home from the zoo, he went around thumping himself.
They is a gassy bunch.
Speaking of that varmint from the zoo, he ripped and tore Herbie's good clothes to ribbons. I've been trying to piece them together with your old pants and Ellie's. But I don't know if I'm able to.
Oh, Granny!
What happened to Jethro?
He whomped himself on the head with the axe.
Again?
Ellie, honey, you step outside. I think if I peel off Jethro's pants and sew them onto what I got.
Granny, I plumb forgot to tell you, Mr. Drysdale said he was going to get Herbie some clothes before he fetched him over.
Oh, fine. I hope they're good, stout work clothes. I got a lot of chores for him to do.
This is ridiculous. The Clampetts are expecting a gorilla, not King Farouk. That did it. Step out here, I'll wipe up the ground with you, you miserable.
Chief, you paid $300 for those clothes he's wearing.
And I've got another $300 in that basket of gourmet food and vintage champagne.
Now, in all fairness, you did agree to Mr. Kelly's terms. He's to have special food and special treatment, and he's only to stay as long as he enjoys himself.
You've got me over a barrel now, Kelly, but you wait.
And that's another thing, Chief. In front of the Clampetts, remember to call him Herbie.
How did he get that stupid name?
It seems that Jethro did some research on the gorilla because he eats only vegetation is called herbivorous. So to them, he's Herbie. Right. Herbie Fibrous.
Oh, hi, Mr. Drysdale. Miss Jane? Did you bring, Is this Herbie?
That's him.
Dog as he is, dressed fit to kill.
Remember that.
Hey, everybody, Herbie's here.
Mr. Clampett, what happened to the door?
Oh, Granny and that gorilla from the zoo had a little ruckus. Say, Herbie, that could be your first job, helping me to fix a door. What's this?
Oh, that's a list of things Mr. Kelly, Herbie doesn't like to do.
Where's Herbie? Herbie, don't you look grand? Why, you ain't skinny no more.
Hey, it does appear to have fleshed out some since we've seen him at the office.
Well, you see, Herbie just had a tremendous meal.
Well, if it's grass and leaves again, he ain't fat. He's just bilious. Well, you wait and see. We'll be up all night with him walking the floor while he thumps himself.
Granny's got a special treat for you. Whole cake, sorghum, and pureed possum.
Herbie's on a special diet. Mr. Kelly sent along a hamper of food.
Oh, let me give you a hand.
Who's Mr. Kelly?
Well, he's the man who owns Herbie.
Ain't my victuals good enough for his dooted-up ape?
Oh, yeah, too good. You see, Herbie's not used to such rich, delicious food.
Well, he'll need something to stick to his ribs when he's done with his chores. Don't you shake your head at me. I still got that hickory stick.
Now, Granny, don't go to squabbling right off.
All right. Whose suitcase?
Oh, this is Herbie's. He brought along some sports clothes.
Sport clothes?
Yes, Bermuda shorts and other casual attire. He's quite fond of fun and games.
By the way, Granny, can Herbie have a room of his own?
Would you like to go swimming in a cement pond, Herbie? Do you know how to swim? Well, you might learn how if you watch me. Would you like that?
You seen anything of Herbie?
Ain't he upstairs in his private boudoir?
Well, I'm looking for him to do a little painting on the front door.
You ain't gonna get no work out of that playboy ape. Did you get a good look at the duds he's wearing?
It wasn't exactly work clothes.
Why, he looks like a hairy diamond Jim Brady.
Granny? Mr. Drysdale said Herbie's going to have his lunch out by the cement pond.
And that's another thing that riles me. Him bringing his own victuals like my cooking wasn't good enough.
Granny, maybe it's special gorilla food.
Yeah, a lot like leaves and roots and stuff.
You mean he'd rather eat leaves than my puree of possum?
Well, reckon so.
Why, that big ornery no good.
Granny, I hefted that fancy basket of victuals that Mr. Kelly sent along, and take my word for it, it ain't leaves.
It's F. Kelly, F for freeloader. Look at this, caviar, broiled snails, pickled mushrooms, aged camembert cheese, chilled crab, vintage champagne.
There's no use getting upset. You've only yourself to blame for this.
Yes, you're right. I should have left you in the gorilla suit.
I'm not big enough.
Well, you would be after this $300 snack. Look at that Kelly.
Herbie.
Herbie, sure. Disgusting.
See that, Herbie? That's sweet. So are you. You want me to swim some more?
Don't look, Chief. It will only aggravate you.
This is too much. I wonder what the sentence would be for murdering a gorilla.
Now, Chief, there's a man in that suit.
Luncheon is served, Herbert.
Howdy, Paul.
Ellie Mae, I don't want you drinking none of that gassed-up cider. Let's go in the house.
Well, Herbie and me was fixing to have victuals.
Granny has got your lunch in the kitchen.
Well, I'd rather eat here.
Granny ain't in the mood for no more turn-downs. Now, scoot. Do like I say.
Oh, yes, sir, Paul.
Herbie, I'll give you a little advice, man to monkey. You done push Granny about as far as she'll push. Any more, and she'll turn your hide as pink as them rompers.
Bye, Granny. I'll see you later.
Are you hungry?
Starving. The sight of all that delicious food has made me ravenous.
Yeah. There ain't nothing tastier than puree of possum. Sit down, have some.
No, wait a minute. I didn't mean... no,
Oh, very good, Lizzie. I cooked up pretty near 3 gallons. Figured the gorilla for a whole gallon, but he's got his own yet.
Well, you see, that's just it. I promised Herbie I would eat with him out by the pool.
Are you saying you'd rather eat with that ape than me?
Oh, no, of course not.
Are you saying that his riddles is better than mine?
Granny, there's nothing in the world like your puree of possum. Believe me.
Sit down. You can have the 8th gallon. Oh, Ellie, I'm going out to find Jed. Here, you dish up Mr. Drysdale a great big heaping hepping of possum. And make sure he gets plenty of giblets. Maybe you'll get the left hind foot. That's good luck. Jed, come in and sit to the table with Mr. Drysdale. We'll let that stuck-up gorilla eat by himself.
Now, Granny, before you go to bad-mouthing Herbie anymore, there's something you ought to know. Now, Mr. Kelly that owns him has got to take a lot of the blame.
What you mean? He buys some fancy clothes.
Yeah, but he sure skimps on the victuals. You wouldn't believe what he's got that poor ape eating.
What?
Snails, toadstools, spiders.
No.
Yeah,
Spiders?
great big red ones. He was sitting there cracking their bones trying to get at the marrow.
That's terrible.
But where he really saved money was on the cheese.
Bad, was it?
Royal rotten. If Herbie hadn't had the wind at his back, he'd never got it up to his mouth.
I hate to see an animal mistreated.
Me too. Granny, I got a notion. Why don't we buy Herbie from Mr. Kelly?
By dingies, I like that. We'll get him into some good work clothes and make a self-respecting ape out of him. I don't deny it. You were sneaking back for seconds.
Yes, that's it. Granny will fetch it. Come sit down. I want to talk to you.
Oh, what about?
Well, could you bring that Mr. Kelly over?
Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, I want to talk to him about buying Herbie.
I don't think he'd sell. He's really wrapped up in that gorilla.
You just get him here. I'll talk to him.
Well, that's going to take a little thought.
Here, you can eat while you're thinking.
My doggy, she gave you seconds, thirds, and fourths.
The left hind foot is in this batch.
Thanks, I'm going to need it.
From their own 34. Leads his flank to the right. Coil split to the left. There's the snap. Pitch goes back to
Now, listen, Kelly, we've got a problem. Don't shush me, fatso. While you were gorging yourself on caviar and crab, I had to choke down your gallon of possum puree. Well, at least I can get rid of the taste.
What's the big problem?
The problem is Jed Clampett wants to talk to Tom Kelly.
No problem. I take off the suit.
He wants to talk to you about buying Herbie.
Still no problem. I take it off, you put it on. Clampett makes me an offer, I turn him down.
Great. Then you put me in the car, take me away, and we'll be through with this whole miserable business forever. Oh, Tommy, baby, I love you. Now, come on. We can change in my garage next door, and you take my car.
Jed, we're doing all the work, and that lazy good-for-nothing ape is strutting around like a movie star.
Things is gonna change, Jethro. I'm fixing to buy that rascal.
Herbie?
Quick as he's ours, we'll break him of them bad habits.
Well, here's Mr. Kelly now.
Howdy.
Hello, Mr. Clampett. Mr. Drysdale said you wanted to see me.
That's right. This here is Granny.
Howdy.
My nephew, Jethro.
Howdy.
Of course, you know Herbie.
Sure.
I wouldn't hug him if he fed me spiders.
Well, Mr. Kelly, I'll come right to the point. We'd like to buy Herbie.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, I couldn't sell this wonderful animal. Besides, gorillas are very expensive.
How expensive?
Oh, I'd have to charge you $10,000 for this fine animal.
I'll pay it.
10,000?
Cash you're on the barrelhead. If there is more than that there, just keep the change.
So.
Well, Herbie, you got a good home.
And good kiddos.
And chores to do. Here, get to work.
Well, there's the first bad habit to break him of, chasing cars.
Jethro, have you seen Shorty?
No, ma'am.
Not this morning.
He skipped out, the little rascal.
Now, Granny, we don't know that for a fact. This is a big place. Let's all fan out and look for him. Jethro, you take the upstairs and the attic.
Yes, sir.
Billy Mae, you take the downstairs and the cellar.
Yes, sir.
Granny, you take everything out back of the cement pond.
I'm on it, Jed.
I'll take the front. Alverna, you just wait here for us to flush him out.
I'll be in my room at the sewing machine. I'm making something for Shorty. A straight jacket.
Oh, Shad, will you help me find Shorty? The little son of a gun has skipped out on Alverna.
Well, wherever he skipped to, it's on foot.
How do you know?
Come here, I'll show you.
When you do that, Chad?
Last night, when you said it takes 3 days to get married out here.
Wise move. That Shorty ain't exactly a fella you can trust for that long.
When it comes to finding women, that little fella puts a bird dog to shame.
I should have known he had a weakness in that direction when we checked into the Silver Dollar City Hotel last fall.
What happened?
Well, the hotel was full up, but Shorty was real extra special accommodating.
Kid, I got an idea. There's a show business act got them 2 front rooms. This year was the fair. 3 acrobats or jugglers or some such out of Kansas City. Likely a wild bunch. I'll just put them up over at my house and give you them rooms.
Well, we don't want to turn nobody out.
Oh, I'd rather not have them fast, loose show people here in the hotel nohow. At my house, I can keep an eye on them.
Well, that's mighty nice of you.
Hey, ladies. I'll have to ask you to pack up. You're moving over to my place. How'd you like to be gathering eggs and find them in the nest?
We got our work cut out for us keeping track of Shorty till after the wedding.
Well, like I said, wherever he's hiding, he got there on foot.
Hey, Shad, why don't we put that old hound dog to work? He ain't done much tracking in quite a while, but I reckon his nose is still good. You go, partner? I hate to get you out of retirement at your age, but we gotta find a critter that belongs to these gloves. mind on their business.
He not only picked up Shorty's trail, he's picking up his habits.
Come on, boy. I think we're closing in.
Mr. Clampett, Mayor Heller.
Morning, Miss Jane.
Howdy, man.
I've been trying to call you. Shorty Kellums has locked himself in the secretarial pool with 12 girls.
Duke, old-timer, you done good. Tracked that little rooster right to his favorite chicken house.
Let's go get him.
We might be able to get his attention from down here. Those are the windows of the secretarial pool, just over the main entrance.
Shorty! Shorty Kellum! Who's that? It's me, Jed. How'd you find me? We tracked you with old Duke. You and your bloodhound. Why can't you be like other folks in Beverly Hills and have a French poodle?
Never mind that. You come out of there.
Listen, Jed, I can't marry El Verner for 3 days, ain't that right?
That's right.
That gives me 3 days of grace, don't it?
True.
Well, say hello to Grace.
Mr. Kellums, please unlock that door. Those girls have work to do.
How about I split them with you, 6 apiece?
Never mind that. You come out of there.
I'll be down a little while, Jed.
How soon?
What time is it now?
10:30.
I'll be down at 11. 12 at the latest. That's 12 tomorrow.
Shorty, if you ain't out of there in 5 minutes, Shad's coming up and taking the door off.
Doggone you, Shad Heller, you had to be a blacksmith.
Oh, come in, Shorty, darling. I got a soothing ice bag for your poor throbbing head.
I ain't got a headache.
You will have.
Wait a minute, Alverna. You ain't heard what Shorty's been doing.
You ain't gonna tell her, are you?
Tell me what?
Well, there are certain things a fella has to take care of before he gets married.
That's what I was doing.
I'll vouch for that.
Such as?
Well, it's a good idea to have a doctor check you over, draw up a will.
You drew up a will, Shorty?
He had a dozen secretaries going.
I'll vouch for that.
Leave everything to me, dear.
Took care of a few things myself. Oh, you mean world of goods and such? Yeah, Dowd gets everything, Elvin.
What did the doctor say?
Doctor?
Oh, Shorty's in fine shape, Alverna. Fact is, he's got strength enough for 12.
I'll vouch for that.
Oh, Shorty, darling, I'm sorry I mistrusted you. Here I was going to hit you with a rolling pin. But instead, I'm going to give you a kiss.
Chad, hit me with that rolling pin. I want to see whether I got the best or the worst of that.
Oh, I have lunch all ready for my darling little fiancé. I hope he hasn't strayed away again.
Oh, no, Alverna. He's waiting to have lunch with you. Wild horses couldn't drag him away.
How sweet. I'll go get him.
No, I'll bring him in. All right, Shorty. Alverna's ready to have lunch with you.
Gone you, Shad Heller. You had to be a blacksmith.
He's gone! Shorty's disappeared!
Again?
I just took him into the kitchen to have lunch with you.
He took one bite, asked for a glass of cold milk, and when I turned back from the refrigerator, he was gone.
Since he didn't come this way, he must have gone that way.
Oh, Granny, have you seen Shorty?
No, not since he come home to eat.
I prepared his lunch. He sat down, took one bite, and disappeared.
That's simple. He's out looking for a decent meal.
No, listen, Granny.
He's probably upstairs changing so he won't get food on his good clothes.
Yeah, Jed and me'll fetch him.
Hey, where do you reckon Shorty's head for in such a hurry?
You seen him?
Yes, sir, going through the parlor, lickety split heading for the front door.
And we got him. Jethro, stand and watch out front. Come on, Chad.
Granny, I'll have you know that my cooking is not only delicious, but much healthier than that greasy stuff you prepare.
I'll put my cooking up against yours any day.
Well, all I know is since I stopped eating your food and started preparing my own, I've lost 10 pounds.
Really? I think I found them.
Not only only Shorty gone, but so's Jethro.
Duke, on your feet, boy. We're going to give that nose of yours another workout.
You were right, Jed. He's up there wading in the secretarial pool again.
Shorty? Shorty Killings? What do you want? What do you think we want?
We want you to come home and behave yourself.
One other thing. How do you get past Jethro?
He didn't.
Jethro, you supposed to keep eye on Shorty.
I am. He ain't been out of my sight.
Jethro wanted to stop me at the front door, but I said if he'd show me mercy, I'd show him faith.
Yeah. Say a lot of faith.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, Mr. Heller, thank goodness you're here.
Howdy, Mr. Drydale.
Will you please get those two clowns out of my secretarial pool? They're disrupting the whole bank.
We'll get him out.
I don't understand how they got in. I posted my best guard outside the door of the secretarial pool.
Hey, fellas, how'd you get past the guard?
They didn't. I stayed right with them.
Jenkins, did they bribe you?
No, sir, Mr. Drysdale. I was having a cup of coffee and they invited me in for sugar. Say hello to Sugar.
You're fired, both of them. Wait a minute, Mr. Drysdale. Don't fire him. We'll be right out. Okay, but make it snappy.
I thought you two was gonna keep an eye on Shorty.
Don't worry, Granny. He ain't gonna stray far this time.
Yeah, Shad's seen to that.
Sounds like Ellie's goat is heading this way.
No, it's Alverna's goat.
Well, I'll be switched. You belled him.
That's right.
Doggone you, Shad Heller. You had to be a blacksmith.
Might as well make up your mind to it, Shorty. You ain't going no place till after the wedding.
You mean I gotta wear this bell till I get married?
That's the idea.
Well, I hope they take it off after the ceremony. Otherwise, it's likely to be a noisy honeymoon.
I'll tell Alverna you're here.
She knows where I'm at. Everybody knows where I'm at. And I'll be clanging in directly. Jed? Remember when the three of us was boys together back in the hills?
Yep.
Remember what good friends we was? Bosom buddies together.
Yep.
Remember how we cut our thumbs and let our blood mix and that made us blood brothers?
Yep.
And remember we swore an oath always to help one another when one of us needed help?
Yep.
Well, listen, fellas.
Nope.
Some brothers you are. I want my blood back.
Jed, it's gonna be right hard to keep that little rooster penned up for 3 days.
Nobody knows that better than me. But I'm counting big on that idea Miss Jane had.
Oh, yeah, where she fixes up the photograph of Alverna.
Yeah, knowing Shorty, that might just stir up the fires of romance.
Chief, shall I take this photograph up to Mr. Clampett now?
Oh, yeah, let's see it. This is Alverna Bradshaw?
Well, only the head. The body belongs to a beauty contest winner. This should reawaken Shorty's interest in Alverna, don't you think?
I certainly hope so. Anything to keep him out of that secretarial pool.
Well, here it is, Mr. Clampett.
Don't stumble over my anvil.
Well, thank you, Miss Jane.
Oh, you've been doing some smithing?
I tell you, Miss Hathaway, I've done more blacksmithing here than I did back home.
Oh, I didn't think Beverly Hills had that many horses.
Just one little mule, Shorty. So far, I've chained him, shackled him, and belted him. And if he don't slow down, I'm going to shoe him and tie him to a hitching post.
I think this picture's going to slow him down, Shad.
I think you're right.
But will Shorty believe that Alverna has the figure of a beauty contest winner?
He already thinks she's a beauty contest winner.
What?
Yeah, we had him believing that Alverna was the spitting image of Ellie Mae.
Jed, did you say Ellie Mae and Alverna was built alikes?
They could be twin sisters. Ellie's too young. But Alverna's that thing to ripen to perfection.
You know, quick as we finish this tournament, I think I'll call her again.
Here you are, Mr. Kellums.
Thank you, Alverna. Now, Ellie Mae. Jed, I think I better make that call right now.
Well, congratulations, gentlemen. You certainly displayed a remarkable aptitude for psychological autosuggestion.
What did she say we did?
I think she said we greened old Shorty real good, and I hope we can do it again.
I planted a picture, Jed.
Good. Miss Jean's out front waiting for our signal.
Here comes Shorty.
Telling him was a beautiful idea.
What you doing, Jed?
Looking for a picture I brought from back home.
What picture's that?
It's Alverna Bradshaw in a bathing suit.
Don't find it, I just ate.
I sure hope you remembered to bring it, Shed. That magazine is awful anxious to use it.
What magazine's that? Beef Growers Gazette?
Shorty, have you forgotten that Alverna won the Silver Dollar City Beauty Contest?
Ah, come on, Shad. If she is the only one in it, she'd come in second.
Have you ever seen Alverna in a bikini?
If I had, do you think I'd ask her to come out here and marry me?
Oh, good day, Mr. Clampett. Did Mary Helen locate the picture of Alverna Bradshaw?
Not yet.
Here it is, Miss Hathaway.
Oh, good. Bathing Beauty magazine is waiting for it.
Bathing Beauty magazine?
Yes, they publish pictures of beauty queens from all over the world. Well, thank you so much, Mary Helen.
Did I have a look at that picture?
I don't think that would be wise, Mr. Kellums.
Why not?
Well, it's 3 days until your wedding, and this picture's bound to be rather, well, provocative.
Come on, please.
Well, since you are going to marry her.
Shorty, take it easy with that cowbell.
Yeah, if we was out in the country, we'd have every bull in the neighborhood charging us.
Is that really Alverna? It can't be Alverna. It's Alverna! Ah, dog. Look at that figure. I never knowed Alverna's built like that.
Doggy, that woman has got more curves than a goat pad.
I don't know why you fellas are so surprised. Alverna's always had a great shape. She just dresses to hide it.
She sure does.
Can't keep the magazine waiting. Well, thank you so much, Mary Helen.
Jed, are you sure you have to wait 3 days to get married out here?
That's the law.
Ellie Mae, are you sure Shorty enjoyed the meal I prepared for him?
Oh, yes, ma'am. The way he was shoveling in victuals, well, his little old bell was just clanging away to beat the bank.
Oh, I am a good cook. My food is very dietetic. Non-fattening, that is. Have you noticed how my figure has slimmed down?
The dandy, Miss Bradshaw. Sounds like Shorty's coming back for more.
Alverna, let's go swimming.
Swimming?
Yeah, pour that beautiful body of yours into one of them bikinis and let's go out and have a look. Yeah, I'll dip.
Good heavens, I haven't been swimming for years.
You don't know what you've been missing. Me too.
But I didn't bring a swimming suit.
Well, I got one you can borrow, Miss Bradshaw.
There you are. And it'll fit you, too. You and Ellie's build it like you know.
You really think so?
2 peas in a pod. Come on, Ellie.
Oh, but it's chilly out there.
Well, it's nice and warm in the sun.
And besides, I know where Granny hides her jug. We'll have a nip in the dip.
Why this sudden craze for swimming?
Oh, it's good for you. Best exercise there is.
It's been so long, I'm not even sure I can swim.
Who cares? We'll just lay around and look at one another. Come on, sex folks.
Short Kellums, you're a naughty little scamp.
Yeah. Just in case we get a chill.
Now, dear, you know I don't approve of alcohol in any form.
Not even that gorgeous form of yours?
No! What am I going to do with you in the next 3 days?
Well, I'll think of something. Go on, Ellie Mae, get her in one of them bikinis, and the bikinier the better.
I just can't say no to you, you little devil.
Come on, Miss Bradshaw.
Gone, that woman. Really rings my bell. have to waste time swimming.
If Bradshaw wanted me to come along, I hope you don't mind.
Heck no, the more the merrier. Now you, baby. Peel it off.
Wait a minute, I'm chilly.
I fetched along the jug. Have a sip.
Shorty, I told you I do not approve of alcohol. Lips that touch liquor shall never touch mine.
In that case, I won't touch a drop.
Promise?
I swear it. Just to look at your gorgeous figure is going to be intoxicating enough.
You rascal.
Come on, honey. Intoxicate me.
There we go. Here goes the unveiling. He's gone! He's gone! Who? Shorty, my beloved, my betrothed. Oh, it's all my fault. I gave him too much too soon.
Calm down, Alberta. Shorty ain't gone.
I'll vouch for that. I heard him ringing around upstairs just a few minutes ago.
Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid I'd overstimulated him.
Here he comes with bells on.
Hey, everybody. Look what Shorty gave us. He said this Belle is a real girl-getter.
Jethro, how did Shorty get that thing off?
Oh, he didn't. I did.
How did you do it?
I just bent open one of the links on the chain.
Come on, Jed. Let's get old Duke and hit the trail.
I don't think we're going to need the hound dog this time. I know just where he is.
Me too.
What happened, Elverna?
I gave him a glimpse of me in a bikini, and it drove him wild.
That'll do it.
Chief, I'm afraid Shorty's in the secretarial pool again. What? This time he's not only locked the door, but barricaded it.
I've had enough of this. I'm going to call the police.
Shorty, this is Melvin Drysdale speaking, president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills. Where your savings earn you 5% compounded semi-annually, and a checking account gives you the convenience and security.
There's no time for a commercial. There's a wild man barricaded up there with 12 secretaries.
Okay. Shorty, tell 'em the police have the building surrounded. There's absolutely no escape. Come out peacefully, and I won't press any charges. Just a minute, Mr. Drysdale. I can't hear what you're saying. Would one of you girls turn off that record player for a minute? Now, what do you want? I want you to release those girls and come out of that building. If you don't, you're going to jail. That threat of jail don't scare me none. In 3 days, I start serving a life sentence. So I'm going to have me 3 days of joy. Say hello to joy. Shorty, you come out of there. I'll have the police close in. They'll never take me alive. Before they can bust in, I'll dance myself to death. Now, you wish to leave. I'm going to count to 5 before the police rush the building. 1.
Excuse me, Mr. Drysdale. Could I say a word to Shorty?
Of course, Mr. Clampett.
Shorty, this is Jed Clampett speaking. Chad's down here with me, and we'd like to remind you of something.
What's that, Jed?
When the 3 of us was boys together, we promised to share and share alike. If one of us had a good thing going, he'd let the others in on it. Right, Chad? He's telling the truth, Shorty.
What are you getting at?
Don't be so stingy. You got a good thing going up there. Let the rest of us in on it.
Hey, Jed, that's a great idea. Come on up, everybody, and join the party.
All right with you, Mr. Drysdale?
That's a brilliant idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all invited to join the party on the 2nd floor of my bank.
And as you enter on the left, you'll find application forms for new accounts.
And the man who makes the largest deposit gets to dance with the prettiest secretary. And remember, friends, your money is always safe in the Commerce Bank, the friendly bank, where fun and money go hand in hand. And remember, your account is always insured at the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, situated on the corner of Wilshire Boulevard. It's spelled T-O-M-M-E-R-D-E. Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills.
Granny, Shorty and Alverna on the way to Las Vegas.
With Alverna driving and Shorty asleep in the back seat.
If that flivver holds up, they ought to be husband and wife by nightfall.
As a general rule, men is terrible matchmakers. But it looks like you two has done it.
How about us having a glass of your cider to toast a happy couple?
Good idea.
Alverna, what are you doing back here?
Where's Shorty?
That's what I'd like to know.
Ain't he asleep in the back seat?
Wait till you see what's asleep in the back seat. Wake up, you hairy little critter.
Sounds like Shorty to me. Hey, I've heard of a frog being turned into a prince, but somebody's turned Shorty into a ape. Did you kiss him, Alverna?
Of course not. When I got to the gate, I looked in the back seat, and there he was.
Has anybody seen Cousin Bessie?
Right here in Shorty's car.
Well, what happened to Shorty?
I know what's gonna happen to him when I get my hands on him.
Now, Alverna, calm down. He'll show up.
Yeah, come on in the house and have a glass of cider.
Oh, I know what happened to Shorty. He left with that big, tall girl that works down Mr. Drysdale's bank.
You left with her?
Yes, sir. They drove off together in Miss Jane's car. And yonder they come back.
You take your ape and skedaddle in the house. I'll deal with Shorty.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the buggy ride, baby.
Well, you said you had something important to tell me, but you never did.
Slipped my mind, honey. You must have hugged it right out of me.
Can't you remember what it was about?
I think I was supposed to go to somebody's wedding in Las Vegas.
How about a dinner at my place tonight?
Sounds great.
I've got some groovy new records.
Good, we can dance.
Oh, I love to dance with you, Shorty. You're so cuddly.
You too, Gloria. And there's so much of you to cuddle.
Oh, I'd better be getting back to the bank. Mr. Drysdale will have my neck.
Okay, but save the rest for me.
See you later. I'm sorry you missed the wedding in Las Vegas.
And you see one, you've seen them all.
Who was that, Shorty?
Who's what, Jed?
That girl.
Oh, that was my sister.
Shorty, I know your family, and you ain't got no sister.
Do you know my cousins?
Not all of them.
That's one of the ones you don't know.
What about Alverna Bradshaw?
Who?
The woman you asked to come out here and get married.
That must be the wedding I missed.
You ain't missed it yet. She's in there waiting for you. She's got plenty of witnesses that heard you say the two of you ought to get married.
Still say we ought to get married, but maybe not to one another.
Shorty Kellums, where did you come from?
Alverna, if you don't know that, you ain't ready to get married.
You know what I mean. What happened to you?
Well, something big come along, Alverna.
Yeah, and I had to grab it.
An opportunity?
You could say that.
Does it look promising?
Yeah.
No. Well, what we mean is, yeah, it looks promising, and no, it ain't gonna work out.
It ain't yet?
Not a chance. Now, there ain't nothing standing in the way of you and Alverna driving to Las Vegas and getting married.
Oh, wonderful.
A lot of happiness to you both, and call us after the honeymoon.
We will.
Bye.
Bye. Come along, darling.
Wait a minute, Alverna. I ain't ready yet.
What do you mean?
There's several things that need washing first.
I'll do them for you.
Oh, you can't. There's my unmentionables.
Don't be silly. We're getting married, aren't we? Aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Quick as I has my bachelor party.
Bachelor party?
Well, yeah, darling. Every feller's entitled to a bachelor party before he gets married.
And somebody's giving you one?
Oh, yeah. Plans is all made.
How come you didn't mention it before?
I didn't think of it. Remember.
When's it gonna be?
Tonight.
Where?
Gloria's place.
Where?
Gloria's place. Beautiful. Just glorious.
Who's giving it for you?
You know, what's his name?
Ain't you folks gone to get married yet?
Oh, we can't go till tomorrow, Granny. Somebody's giving Shorty a bachelor party tonight.
Sounds like Mr. Drysdale.
That's who it is.
He's always throwing parties for Shorty.
He's at it again, Granny. Having a big one tonight. I'm duty bound to go, him being such a good friend of Jed. See you later.
I don't know if I like the idea of him going to a bachelor party tonight.
Well, look at it this way, Alverna. It's the last fun he's ever gonna have.
Yes, I see.
Excuse me, Chief. Mr. Clampett's on the telephone.
Oh. Mr. Clampett, dear friend, what can I do for you?
Well, I called to ask you something.
Anything at all. It's always a pleasure. What is it?
Well, Shorty Kellums is getting married.
Yes, I know.
Are you giving him a bachelor party?
A bachelor party? What? Yes, of course.
It's gonna be tonight?
Yes, tonight.
There at your bank?
Yeah, right here, you bet. I'll just leave everything to me. Bye.
What was that all about?
Well, Mr. Clampett wants me to give Shorty Kellums a bachelor party tonight. Alert all the girls in the secretarial pool.
Shorty, I want to apologize to you for doubting your story. I just talked to Mr. Drysdale, and he is giving a bachelor party for you tonight.
The Dickens he is. Huh? The Dickens he is. Regular Dickens. Fun, no. Well, I'm going to go rest up for the party.
Yeah, and tomorrow you marry Alberta.
Well, here they are, Chief. Cream in the secretarial pool.
Oh, yes. Fine. Now, girls, tonight I'm giving a bachelor party for a friend of a very important depositor. So I expect each of you to participate.
Oh.
Oh, you're new.
Yes, sir. This is my first date.
And what is your name?
Jing Bell.
Welcome aboard, Miss Bell.
Thank you.
Now, girls, as I was saying, tonight is the party. So all plan on working late.
Do we get paid extra?
You are new. Now, I don't want just another bachelor party. That's why I'm offering a bonus to any employee who comes up with a novel idea, something with a flair, something fresh and provocative.
We don't get paid for working tonight?
Of course not. You work as I order you to. Right, girls?
Oh, right. I thought slavery had been abolished.
Oh, that is very funny. That's also an excellent idea for the bachelor party. We'll have an Oriental slave auction.
Oh, goody. I get the bonus.
Miss Hathaway, we'll transform my office into a Moorish tent. Now arrange for the proper furnishing and costumes for the beautiful slave girls and harem girls.
Chief, I should like to go on record as saying I disapprove of this whole idea.
Okay, you're on record. Big deal.
However, I do approve of the bonus for a needy employee. How much are you going to pay?
Well, let's make it $100.
Oh, that's very generous.
Well, I think it's a great idea for a bachelor party. Oh, Shorty will have a ball buying all those beautiful slave girls.
I'll go and tell Miss Bell about the bonus.
Now, wait a minute. What business is it of hers if I get a bonus?
You're taking it yourself?
Well, naturally.
But it was her idea.
I say it was my idea, and I'm the boss.
If taking $100 for that idea is absolutely unfair.
You're right. I'll take 200.
Hey, fellas, let's go hunting.
Hunting? Where?
Right here in Beverly Hills. You know that big tree outside my bedroom window?
Yeah?
I opened it this morning, and there on a limb was a full-grown mountain lion.
Chad.
Then I looked down towards the cement pond, and there was a deer, a fox, a beaver, and a brace of possums. This town's growing with the game of...
What are you doing, Chad?
Oh, hi there, fella. How are you?
Oh, here you are, Fairchild. Don't be scared, Miss Heller. He's just looking for his lunch.
Tell him I ain't it.
Come on, boy.
Jed, that didn't seem to bother you at all.
I'm used to it.
Didn't scare you either, Shorty.
Jed, when you're facing marriage to L. Werner Bradshaw, a 500-pound bear don't even face you.
The only bad thing about Fairchild is the way he slips up on you. You can't hear him coming.
Jed, you're a blacksmith. How about putting shoes on that bear?
I'm a blacksmith, but I ain't a crazy blacksmith.
Hey, Granny, would you? Oh, howdy, Miss Bradshaw.
Hello, Jethro.
Granny, Miss Drysdale sent these costumes over for Ellie Mae.
What for?
In case she wants to be a slave girl or harem girl at Shorty's bachelor party.
Hold it, Jethro. You mean there's going to be harem girls and slave girls?
Prettiest you ever seen. A whole flock of them. Shorty's gonna be a sheik.
Land sakes, Alverna, what is them?
Them is just what they look like.
Oh, is that all that them harem girls wears?
There's something else in there.
Look at this. You can see right through it.
So can Shorty.
What'd you say I was supposed to be, Jethro?
A sheik.
I don't want to be no sheik.
What does a sheik have to do?
He just lounges around on a bunch of pillows with a whole flock of pretty girls.
I'm a sheik.
Oh, yeah, Shorty. You're gonna be king of the desert. Boy, you're gonna have fun tonight.
I better get me some more rest. What time's the party supposed to commence?
8 o'clock. Miss Drysdale said it might last all night.
Doggone, I wish this is the North Pole. Up there, the nights are 3 months long.
Shorty Kellums?
Yes, Mom?
I don't like the notion of your going to that bachelor party tonight.
That's all right, El Werner. I liked it enough for both of them.
Uncle Jed, can I please have an advance in my allowance?
How much?
40 or 50 weeks?
What do you want with all that money?
Well, Mr. Drysdale's going to auction off some beautiful slave girls at the party tonight. I'd like to buy me a brace of them.
Forget it, boy.
Can I have enough to buy one?
Nope.
Well, how about enough for a down payment?
Nothing doing.
Mr. Heller, if you'd co-sign with me, maybe I could get one on credit.
Why don't you go do your chores?
Uncle Jed, if we lived in the Sahara Desert, you'd be duty-bound to buy me a whole passel of slave girls.
We don't live in the Sahara Desert.
Would you consider moving?
Nope.
Hey, can I scatter a little sand around here and play like you?
Jethro, get out of here.
Doggone it. Everybody's going to have a beautiful slave girl except me. Doggone, I never get nothing.
Jed, are you worried about turning Shorty loose tonight?
I am for a fact.
I get the feeling if he goes to that bachelor party, he might just stay a bachelor.
Elverna's got herself a wiggler on the line.
He pert near split the hook this morning.
I think maybe we just better show up at that party.
I think maybe you're right.
After all, it was us that talked Shorty into proposing to Elverna.
And it's us that's got to see it through.
Besides that, we might just have some fun.
Let's put these on and go to that party, Alverna.
Do you think we can get away with it?
Sure. We've seen enough of them pictures where Theda Barra vamp fellows like Elmo Lincoln. Who do I look like, Alverna?
Ooh, Theda Barra.
And you're a dead ringer for Elmo Lincoln. Come on, let's go.
And away we go.
How do I look, Gloria?
You look like the doorman at the Sahara Hotel.
Watch it, harem girl. Don't insult the Grand Caliph. I'll have your head cut off. Too tall anyway.
Sorry.
And let's get rid of this feather fan. Now, I want you to take some pictures tonight, so Shorty will have a record of his bachelor party.
Okay.
Okay, grand, sublime, majestic one.
You don't have to call me that.
Just take the pictures.
Chief, I just picked up Shorty Kellum.
On your knees, dog of a dog. A lowly camel driver does not address the Grand Caliph as an equal.
There's nobody here except Gloria.
Prostrate yourself, you flea-ridden jackal, or I shall have you flayed alive and your miserable carcass dragged across the burning sand of the desert.
This unworthy cur begs the inexpressible pleasure of addressing the glorious personage of the Grand Khalid.
You may speak, daughter of a goat.
May the radiance of 1,000 moons illuminate thine every footstep. I have the pleasure to announce the arrival of your illustrious guest from the city of the silver dollars, Abel Ben Kellam's known to all as Shorty the Sheik.
Bid him enter.
Enter, great Sheik.
It sure clears a fellow's sinuses. Wait a minute, Drysdale. And there's Gloria. Sorry I couldn't make it to your place tonight, honey, but we'll have fun right here.
Be seated, mighty Sheik. I shall summon for your pleasure the first of a dazzling array of jewels of the Orient to entertain you. Behold this lovely creature, captured from the palace of the Sultan of Turkey, and she is going to perform for you the dance of 1,000 delights.
Shake a mean ruby. Didn't get together later.
Salam Effendi.
Shorty Kellum.
Summon the next desert flower and be quick about it, sister of a lizard.
Could she blow a whistle or something? That thing's giving me a headache.
Halava.
Howdy.
Candy of the East.
Shorty of the West. Glad to meet you, Candy.
That is a tasty, tempting confection.
She is that. But where's all the slave girls you were going to sell?
I shall have them brought in at once. See to it, cousin of a crocodile.
Your wish is my command, great Caliph. And may the bird of paradise build a nest in your nose.
The slave auction is about to begin, mighty Sheik. Meanwhile, sample some of our desert delicacies.
What's that?
Nectar?
No, I ain't even touched her. I can't buy them. They's my friends.
Announcing the unexpected arrival of two imperial potentates, the Shah of Clampett and the Shad of Heller.
Welcome, noble visitor.
Pull up a couple of girls and sit down, fellas. Just in time for the slave auction.
Fetch the captives at once, spawn of a vulture.
Oh, yes, great ruler of the world. And may you awaken in the morning to find 1,000 precious stones in your gallbladder.
One more crack and I'll have your ears pierced from the inside. Noble visitors, feast your eyes upon these tantalizing captives.
Diggity dog, one apiece. Let's take a closer look at the merchandise.
Exactly like back home, is it, Jed?
They don't have sales like this at the Emporium. As you can see, each of these girls is a gem of rare beauty, each a princess of royal blood.
Princess?
And you're selling them? Well, they have been captured, now they are slaves.
True, Master. You may buy us as you would buy trinkets.
We are bubbles, bangles, and beads.
We're Jed, Shad, and Shorty.
Who will start the bidding?
Not me.
Me neither.
I'll take them all. I don't want to break up a set.
Patience, great Sheik. I have other rare treasures to dazzle the eyes, stun the senses. Bring in the newest prisoner, twin of a toad.
At once, light of the world. May thy royal tonsils grow to the size of watermelons.
I've got to get a new camel driver. Illustrious visitors, wait till you feast your eyes upon my newest captive, an English lady of noble birth, seized when she foolishly rode too far from the protection of the British garrison.
See here, you insolent natives. There'll be the devil to pay for this. I am the only daughter of Lord and Lady Greystoke, better known to you as Tarzan of the Apes and his mate, Jane.
Silence, infidel! Join the other slaves on the auction block.
Not I, not Pamela Greystoke. Not as long as breath remains in my body and a stout British heart beats beneath this British bosom. Britannia rules the waves, and Britons never, never, never shall be slaves.
Rather dramatic. You're not getting paid for this.
Perhaps not, but one never knows when there may be a producer about.
Put her on the auction block so that these sheiks may bid for her.
Never! Rather than submit myself to these barbaric swine, I will fling my body beneath the pounding hooves of the Bengal lancers. Better to be ground into the dust of the desert than to become the plaything of a pagan potentate.
I don't want her. She talks more than Alverna.
Silence, wench! Let the auction begin.
Wait a minute. Here come a couple more.
To the auction block, slave, and let the bidding commence.
I'll bid on you, baby. I like 'em big. Each girl will now identify herself to her future master.
I am the daughter of the Sultan. Men call me the Pearl of Persia.
I'll take her. Put her in my harem.
I am a princess in the court of the Moorish king. My name is Roha Chihar Habib, which means she who gets cheated out of bonus.
Never mind the ad-libbing. You are banished to the cage, to the cage, to the cage.
I am the daughter of the king of the Vikings. I am called Ingrid the Good.
Good. Honey, you're great. Put her in my harem.
Yeehaw! Look at all them girls.
Jethro, get out of here.
Okay, but if I can't buy one, I'm gonna steal one.
On with the slave auction.
Yeah, come on, Big Mama. Let's get a look at you. Hey, look at this, fellas. She really wants me. Who are you, honey?
I am known as Alverna the Angry, and we're leaving right now to get married.
Okay, Alverna, but we'll have to take her along on the honeymoon. We're chained together.
Oh, boy, did I pick the wrong woman.
Oh, I didn't do too good myself, Jethro.
Goodbye, Shorty.
Goodbye, Gloria. This could have been so beautiful.
I know, darling.
And you had to be a doggone blacksmith.
Rusty, I'm sorry you didn't get to do no mousing for no movie stores.
None of us get to do nothing for nobody.
Well, Jed, do you still think you can make friends with these Beverly Hills folks?
I gotta admit, it ain't easy.
Jethro, did you keep track like I done told you?
Yes'm, Granny. Oh, we went to 27 places.
And what happened? Tell them, Jethro.
I know, Granny, I was there.
Tell him, Jethro, so he won't forget.
Well, at 14 places, we didn't even get through the electric gates. At 8 others, we got through and then got chased out by dogs.
Are you listening, Jed?
Granny, I was there.
Tell him, Jethro.
That leaves 5. At 3 of them, we got mean-mouthed by the butler. The other 2, one turned the hose on us and one called the police.
Want to hear it again, Jed?
Oh.
We ready to go back home to the hills where we belong? I am.
Well, I'm not. I'd be out of place back there with them country people. I've done become what you call a big city boy.
Now listen, big city boy. If your Uncle Jed says we's going home, We's going home.
Well, I ain't said it yet. Got to study on it first and talk to Mr. Drysdale.
Mr. Drysdale. It was his wife that turned the hose on this.
Excuse me, Chief. Mr. Lester is here again.
Who?
Leroy Lester. He's the little bookkeeper who's been trying to see you for so long.
What about?
Well, it seems he's being replaced by a computer.
All the bookkeepers are being replaced by computers. Didn't he receive the mimeograph notice?
Well, yes, Chief, but Mr. Lester has been with the bank for 47 years. He was hired by your father. If you could just have a word with him.
Oh, all right.
Come in, Mr. Lester. Mr. Drysdale will see you now.
Oh, I can come back if Mr. Drysdale...
No, it's all right. Come in.
But I don't want to be a father.
Well. So you're Lester Leroy.
Chief, it's Leroy Lester.
Oh, that's all right, whatever Mr. Drysdale says.
What's on your mind, Lester?
Well,
Well, speak up.
As I told you, Chief, Mr. Lester is being retired to make way for automation in the bookkeeping department.
Oh, lucky you. Now you can take it easy. You'll be getting a nice big fat pension check every month.
I will?
Well, certainly. You qualify for government Social Security, don't you?
Yes, sir. I thought you meant I'd be getting something from the bank.
Oh, well, you will. You will. We're not going to forget 47 years of faithful service. He qualifies for something from the bank, doesn't he? A high class, fountain pen, something like that?
Actually, Mr. Lester is entitled to receive a gold watch.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yes, Chief. Solid gold.
I hear those new stainless steel watches have got them all beat. Shockproof, waterproof. Swim a lot, do you? Oh, it's great exercise. Take a few lessons. Meanwhile, I'll have your watch engraved with your name on it in nice big letters. Lester Leroy.
Thank you.
Chief, it is Leroy Lester.
Oh, if Mr. Drysdale likes it better the other way, I can change it. So, thank you again. Goodbye.
Mr. Lester, you haven't told Mr. Drysdale what you've been waiting all these weeks to say.
But he's busy.
Oh, speak up. What is it?
Well,
He'd like to go on working. He feels he can be of real service.
I'd be willing to give up the watch, even the raise you gave me.
When did I give him a raise?
In 1963, when the government increased the minimum wage law. Now, surely there is something Mr. Lester can do. He's always been our finest bookkeeper, an absolute whiz at figures.
Well, all right. Just call me an old sentimentalist. Lester?
Yes, sir?
One day a month, you can go to my house and straighten out my wife's checkbook.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Miss Hathaway.
Chief, you are not serious.
I certainly am. Tell him he can start today. Of course, I can't pay him what he's getting here, but he can use the pool.
You are all hearts.
And get him one of those stainless steel watches. And I guess I'm just an old softy.
Huh? How many critters can I take back home with us?
Oh, I'd say as many as you can fit in here comfortable without scrapping. Why don't you fetch some out and try it on for size?
Yes, sir, pal.
Get the truck greased, boy. Hurt near. I run out of possum fat.
Well, Granny, I'll give you some more.
Uncle Jed, I gotta talk to you. We ain't really going home to the hills, are we?
Well, I kind of think we ought to give it a try. Granny's had it in her craw for a long time now.
Gee whiz, Uncle Jed. Just between us men, I got me a real problem.
What's that?
I'm in love.
Who with?
Pretty near every girl I see.
I reckon it can't be too serious.
But there are 4 or 5 girls that I'm desperate in love with. In fact, I done asked them to marry me.
All of them?
Yes, sir.
What if all 5 of them says yes?
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that'd be something, all right. Appears to me like this might be a good time for you to get out of town.
Hi, Mr. Lester.
Oh, hello, Miss Trigo.
Where are you going?
Oh, up to Mr. Drysdale's house. It's such a beautiful day, I thought I'd put the top down.
Is this your car?
Well, not yet. I still have 3 years of payments to make to the bank.
Mind if I ride to the corner with you?
Oh, why, no. Certainly not. Here.
No, that's all right. Stay there. I can get in.
Oh.
Hey, Pa, we got company. Yonder comes a car up the driveway, lickety-split.
Ain't that queer? You can't even hear the engine running.
Put your brakes on, little fella.
Oh, howdy there. You got car trouble?
Well,
He got stalled in Miss Drysdale's driveway, and she couldn't get her limousine out. And she went to mean-mouthing him something awful. If I hadn't come along, I'll bet she'd have turned the hose on him.
Well, don't let that bother you. She done hosed us down once today. My name is Jed. This here's my daughter, Ellie. I reckon you met Jethro.
Howdy.
hello.
Don't believe I caught your name.
Oh, it's Lester. Leroy.
Oh, Lester Leroy.
Well, that's close enough.
Come on inside and set a spell, Mr. Leroy. Jethro will fix your car for you.
Well, I don't have much money.
Why, you'd insult Jethro if you offered him any money.
No, he wouldn't.
Things is ready. Come and get him before... Jed, did you go and buy a sporty car just when we was leaving?
Oh, Granny, this sporty car belongs to this gentleman right here, Mr. Lester Leroy.
Oh, well, come and take riddles with us, Mr. Leroy.
Oh, no, thanks. I don't want to be any trouble.
It's on the table.
Well, you go ahead. I'll be all right.
Well, now, we sure don't aim to let you sit out here whilst we eat. Come on.
Oh, no, but I don't want to impose on anybody.
We'd be glad to have you. Come on.
Oh, no. I'll just wait right here.
Jethro, the victuals is getting cold. Fetch him in.
You rang, Chief?
I sure did. I want an immediate audit run on the books of that little playboy embezzler, Leroy or Lester, whatever his name is.
Playboy embezzler. Poor mousy little Mr. Lester.
I'll tell you how poor he is. He has one of those expensive hobbies going.
What's that?
Restoring antique automobiles. He was seen driving away from this bank in a 1919 runabout. And as for being mousy, get this. He took that beautiful Miss Trigo with him.
Well, perhaps he needed some help with your wife's checkbook.
Ah, that's a laugh. I talked to the butler. He never even got to the house. If you ask me, he and his sweetheart are headed for Mexico.
Mr. Lester is old enough to be Miss Trigo's grandfather.
And rich enough to be her sugar daddy. No wonder he didn't want to retire. He's got a gold mine here. And he's been working the claim for 47 years.
This is all too incredible to believe.
Oh, yeah? Well, you order that audit and alert the highway patrol. Ooh, I'll bet right this minute that peewee playboy is sitting at some resort hotel stuffing himself with caviar and champagne.
Have some more grits and jowls, Mr. Leroy.
Thank you. I've already had one helping.
Have another.
Well, it is awfully good. I don't know when I've had so much delicious food.
Why, you ain't hardly had enough to feed a baby bird.
Don't you eat this good at home, Mr. Leroy?
Ellie, that ain't no kind of question to ask. I reckon ain't many people eat this good.
Let me give you some more of these pickled crawdads.
Well, just a few. I'm not used to so much rich food, you see. I usually have just a half a can of beans for lunch.
What do you have for supper?
The other half.
That ain't eating.
Well, you see, my landlady won't allow me to cook in my room.
Why don't you move out?
I don't think she'd let me. Oh, not that I'd want to. You see, I get my room for $2 a week.
That kind of money, you can't even cook?
No, sir.
At that price, they ought to throw your meals in.
I'd move if I was you.
Well, now that I'm not working, I guess I will have to find some place less expensive.
Speaking of working, I best get busy on Mr. Leroy's car. Can I please be excused?
Sure, boy.
Please don't bother.
Oh, I don't mind. Ellie can help me. Come on, Ellie. She can lift the car while I crawl under.
Please.
Now, hold on. That kind of work ain't for girls. Jethro, you lift and let Ellie crawl under.
There's no question about it. He's headed for the border with my money and Miss Trigo. What?
We have Mr. Lester's file.
Good. I'll keep you posted. Well, where is it?
Would you bring in the file, Miss Trigo?
Here are, Miss Hathaway.
I thought you were on your way to Mexico with Lester.
No, Mr. Drysdale, he dropped me at the corner.
Exactly what you can expect from his kind. By now, he's probably picked up some senorita.
Miss Trigo agrees with me that Mr. Lester simply could not do these things.
Fooled you too, eh?
Would you like to hear about his antique car?
You bet.
That car was purchased new by Mr. Lester in 1919 at a cost of $550. In fact, your father arranged for this bank to finance it.
Good old soft-hearted Dad. I bet he even gave the scoundrel easy payments.
Very easy. He's been making them for 46 years.
And he still has 3 years to go.
You get back to your desk.
How you doing, young'uns? Got the car fixed?
Well, not yet, Paul.
You know, I'm about of a notion that little fella needs fixing more than his car.
What you mean?
Well, turns out that we had his name backwards and he didn't have the gumption to tell us.
He is right skittish.
I believe that a good-sized bunny rabbit could face him down.
Reckon there's a way to help him?
I hope so. I sure would like to get a little starch in his spine before we leave town.
You mean to tell me that after 47 years they's given your job to a machine?
No, I don't blame them, really. I'm getting old.
Nonsense, you're in the prime of life. My age.
But I'm not as fast as the machine, especially with this rheumatism in my hands.
Rheumatism?
Mm-hmm.
I got medicine that'll fix that.
Don't bother.
I got it right here. What's that for?
I'd like to help with the dishes.
I'll fetch Ellie for that. Here. You swallow this. It's good for what ails you.
Mr. Lester's calling you.
They caught him, eh?
Hello? Mr. Drysdale?
Yes?
I have a message for you.
Well, let's have it.
One tablespoonful of rheumatism medicine done that?
Word of honor, that's all I give him.
This is the first time I've seen the little fellow look happy.
He's grinning like a baked possum.
Well, let's get busy and load up the truck. We got a long trip ahead of us.
Well, what we gonna do about Mr. Lester?
Yeah, suppose he's still sleeping when we's ready to start out.
Well, just lay him out front on the grass.
Grass with rheumatism?
I'll leave a jug alongside of him. For a week or so, he won't care where he is. Hand them to me faster, Jed. The quicker we get packed, the quicker we'll get on the road.
You know, Granny, I've been thinking. By the time we get this stuff loaded, it'll be sundown.
So?
So? That truck ain't the best thing in the world to be driving after dark with no lights and all.
Well, we'll do what we done on our way out here. Have Ellie run ahead of the truck waving a lantern.
Yeah, but the trouble with that was we couldn't keep up with her.
Well, then have Ellie run slower or Jethro drive faster. Because I ain't aiming to stay one more night in these Beverly Hills where we ain't wanted and we ain't needed.
Until today.
What do you mean?
Mr. Lester, I ain't never seen nobody that needs somebody worse than him.
Now, Jed, he ain't our lookout. We didn't ask him to come here.
We didn't have to. Jethro fetched him.
Well, then have Jethro fetch him back where he found him.
For Miss Drysdale to mean mouth and turn the hose on?
Now, Jed, you stop right where you are. I know what you're up to. You're wanting me to feel sorry for that little feller, so's I'll give up the idea of going home and stay here and help him.
That's right. Is it working?
Yeah, doggone it, it is.
Oh, my goodness. Where am I? What happened?
Well, you fell asleep.
Those dogs.
Well, don't be scared. They's your friends.
My friends?
Well, show 'em, fella.
They actually seem to like me.
Of course they do. That's 'cause you're a nice man. Dogs can tell.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you're awake, Mr. Lester. How you feeling?
Rheumatiz gone?
Oh, yes. I feel wonderful.
Ellie, get your critters out of the parlor.
Well, Hiram ain't mine no more. He belongs to Mr. Lester now.
Oh, no, really. My landlady won't allow me to have a dog.
I will, too.
What?
What Granny means is that she'd like to be your landlady for a spell.
Me? Stay here?
Be mighty proud to have you.
Oh, you would, really?
Yeah, say you'll stay, please, Mr. Lester.
Oh, but I've never... I couldn't. Yes, I'll stay. I'd like very much to stay.
Here is the audit of Mr. Lester's books. It has just come off the computer.
How much did the little crook get away with?
His books balanced to the penny. Not one mistake in 47 years.
I don't believe it. Feed it all through the computer again.
I'm afraid that's impossible. As it printed its last digit, it blew up. I told Mr. Lester it was overworked. The computer people say it will take several weeks to repair.
You mean I have no bookkeeping department?
That's about the size of it.
Well, we've got to locate Lester. He's the only one that can handle the workload.
It so happens he's waiting to see you now.
Oh, bring him in, bring him in.
Come in, Mr. Lester.
My favorite bookkeeper, Lester Leroy.
Mr. Drysdale, my name is Leroy Lester.
Of course. Now get down to your desk and get to work.
But I don't...
Now. I'm willing to forget everything that happened. You get your old job back with no cut in salary. And I'll even refinance that car again. Make those payments easier.
Mr. Drysdale, I'm taking an extended leave of absence. You see, I haven't had a vacation in 47 years.
But you can't afford one.
Oh, yes, I can. I'm staying with friends.
You haven't got any.
Where are you, Leroy?
In here, Jed.
Oh, hi to Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane. Leroy, come on. Ellie Mae's waiting to give you a swimming lesson. After that, you and me's going hunting.
You two are friends?
You betcha we are. Come on, Leroy.
But wait, Mr. Clampett. I need Leroy. He's my favorite bookkeeper. My only bookkeeper.
Oh, yeah, Miss Jane was telling me about your cipher machine blowing up. Well, we took care of that. Come on in, boy. Jethro? Boy, show Mr. Drysdale how you can cipher.
2 and 2 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 8 is,
16.
Thank you.
There, you see? Come on, Leroy.
16 and 16 is, 16 and 16 is, 6 and 6 is 12. Down to 2 and we're to 1.
You're next, Arnie. Now stop rinsing, Archibald. I'll get you right and comb your hair. Oh, I'm soft.
Ellie, are you washing your critters in the cement pond?
Well, I have to, Pa. Granny blew a stack the last time I used her bathtub.
But I don't blame her. You should have waited till she climbed out.
No.
Besides, you hadn't ought to use the pond anyway. You know how Granny's lye soap eats the cement?
But it's the only place where I can wash all my critters and not have to keep changing the wash water.
Well, you could use a wash tub for your critter cleaning.
Well, but that takes too long. Well, I've been at this for hours already. And you can see Archibald there. Well, I'm still on the A's.
Honey, it just might be you got too many critters. You got over 40 dogs, a scad and a half of cats, rabbits, goats, assorted critters wandering around the place. Beginning to look like the waiting room for the Ark.
Well, don't make me give none away, pal. Come on, Archibald. Don't shake, Archibald. Archibald holds an awful lot of water.
You don't say.
Well, why don't you do what my dogs do? Give yourself a good shake and lay down in the sun.
Thank you, honey, but there ain't gonna be time. Granny's just about ready to call victuals.
She is, but none of these critters is out yet. Why, they's liable to think Granny's calling them.
Joy, joy, down in my heart. Down in... I always wanted to try one of these fiddle bells. Come and get it, family!
Granny, you all right?
Don't bother about me. Go after our cattle.
Granny, we ain't got no cattle.
I know. The rustlers just stampeded off all 3,000 heads.
It was Ellie's dogs on the way to the kitchen.
They may have been Ellie's dogs going in, but there's going to be hot dogs coming out.
Granny, that's man's best friend.
Maybe so. But they sure got it in for us old women.
I don't want to see you getting upset again. You wait here while we go and check and see there's no dogs in your kitchen.
Well, if they is, they's going to be wearing buns, mustard, and relish.
At least there ain't no dogs in here.
You can thank me for that. I thought fast and got him into the storage room yonder.
Good thinking, Jethro. How'd you do it?
I just used my head. Went in there and hollered, "Vittles, dogs, come get vittles."
Granny, get out of their way.
Looks like she made it, Paul. I don't see nothing out there but dogs.
Dogs and that old sack of flour they's jumping over.
That old sack of flour is your granny.
That carriage is dead. Them four-legged flea farmers run over me without so much as a by your leave.
Looks like you've been knocked clean out of your boots.
Keep laughing or you're going to look that way, too.
They must have got carried off in the rush. Now, where's your glasses?
I don't know. I can't find them without my glasses.
Don't be angry, Granny. Look, Calvin found your boots.
And it's a good thing he did.
And here comes Letitia with your glasses. Wasn't that sweet of her to bring them back to you?
No, it probably wasn't her prescription.
Granny, promise you my critters won't bother you no more.
You're dang tootin' they won't. Either they hit the road or I do.
Oh.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm afraid her mind is made up.
Okay, Granny, but we sure gonna miss you.
I ain't going nowhere. And by tomorrow morning, the only fur left around here better be on my imitation possum stove.
Now, Ilsa, I don't care if Mr. Drysdale did hire you. If you're going to keep on working here at the bank, you're going to have to learn to speak English instead of German.
Yes.
Well, that's better. However, when being approached by male employees, you must remember an even more important word. No.
No. Yes.
On second thought, just stick to sign language. A good slap in the face.
Miss Hathaway.
Oh, now here comes Mr. Drysdale. Practice the greeting I taught you.
Mr. Morning, good Drysdale.
Still having trouble with the English, eh?
Well, perhaps a little private tutoring.
I'll take care of it, Chief.
Yes. Well, my wife's coming by this morning with one of her paranoid poodles. When she gets here, tell her I'm in conference. For the next month.
Milburn! I saw you, Milburn.
How do you do, Mrs. Drysdale? Claude?
Milburn, come out from where you're hiding. You know Claude senses every nuance of your rejection of him. All right. I see you. Milburn, come out of there. You look like a sniper.
Don't give me any ideas.
Milburn, how dare you threaten Claude just after he's been clipped?
I'm the one who's been clipped. $35, he looks worse than when he went in.
His hair's still in rollers. Claude just doesn't have the patience to sit under the dryer.
Now, you quit wasting my money on beauty shops for this mutt. He already wears more makeup than you do.
Milburn, stop it. I will not have your sharp tongue undoing Claude's 3 years of psychoanalysis.
Then get him out of here.
Oh, how can you speak that way to your own dog? I think the only creature you care for is that Clampett animal.
I like Duke.
I was talking about Jed.
I'm busy.
Oh, you bourgeois merchant. A haircut always depresses Claude, and I brought him here for a pick-me-up.
I'll give him one. I'll pick him up and throw him right out.
You have insulted your child for the last time.
For the last time, he is not my child. He's not even my dog.
Very well. We'll see how your love for animals springs up when I tell the city dog catcher how many unlicensed dogs there are at the Clampetts.
Oh, Margaret, no.
And I hope he has room in his truck for Granny.
Oh, please, Margaret.
Claude, don't waste your breath apologizing to us. We have neither the desire to listen nor the time. Claude is late for his dancing lesson.
I say that we keep old Duke and Cousin Bessie and nothing else. And I don't want to hear no more talk about critters.
Granny, sometimes you're so muley, I swear you ought to be pulling a plow.
I said no more about critters, and that includes mules.
I think we ought to let her keep 2 of everything.
You're forgetting that 2 of everything leads to 12 of everything.
Not always. And I think you ought to look at both sides of this.
I have. Either the critters go or I do.
When it comes to just plain stubbornness, a rusty lock has got nothing on you. Ellie, what have you been doing?
Oh, painting signs to give away my dogs.
Well, I hope you got as much paint on the signs as you did on yourself.
Oh, yes, sir. They's all done and up out in front.
Good. And you put on each one, free dogs to good home?
Oh, yes, sir. That's on 2 of them. Of course, can't help it if the signs don't do no good and nobody comes.
Oh, somebody will come. I best go check them.
Oh, well, the weather's getting kind of cool out there, Pa. I'd best let you know when it's warm enough to go out.
And when do you suppose that might be?
Next summer?
Better look at these signs for Granny sees.
Well, Pa, if that's all you trust me, it's gonna hurt my confidence.
Better that gets hurt than Granny takes after you. At least with a hurt confidence, you can still sit down. Where's the sign?
Well, there's one. Can't you see it?
Ellie, the only way anybody could read that from the car is if they drove right through the front door. And it ain't only too small. It don't spell nothing. The letters is all backwards.
Well, they ain't if when you hold them up to a mirror.
All right, Ellie, I'll put up the signs. You and Jethro drive down to the pet shop and see can they take some of your dogs.
Oh, Pa.
Now go on and don't you worry. Whilst you're gone, I'll try talking Granny into letting them stay.
Do you think you can?
Maybe, but it's going to be harder than giving a bath to a bobcat.
Oh, I see you found Mrs. Drysdale. She and Claude left so quickly she dropped her earring.
Oh, that's not hers, that's Claude's.
This isn't Claude. It's an imposter.
This is his wife, Fifi. Margaret agreed not to call the dog catcher, but I had to take this mutt to the beauty shop for a wash job.
How was it?
Awful. The dumb dog ate the egg shampoo and drank the beer rinse. Don't laugh. Margaret's going to be hopping mad.
Why?
Because now Fifi will gain weight. And none of her Paris dog clothes will fit.
I wonder if instead of heaven, poodles pray to go to Beverly Hills when they die.
Well, why don't you ask some of them when you take Fifi in for her clipping?
What?
She has a date this afternoon with her hairstylist, Mr. Peggy.
She's absolutely
No, you'll have to. I'd go myself, but I have to take Margaret's other poodle for his dentist appointment.
Dentist for Claude?
Margaret's having his teeth cat.
Oh, Granny, nice to see you in such a good mood. Well, anyway, I'd like to have another little talk with you about the critters.
I've said all I'm gonna. And that is, if they is here tomorrow, I won't be.
Well, now, you're forgetting the nice things about them.
I never knew none. If they ain't underfoot, they sleeping. If they ain't sleeping, they's eating.
They sound a little like Jethro, don't they?
I have to put up with it from him. He's family. But I don't from critters. Ah! There's one now.
I believe he's helping you with your dusting.
I don't need no help with my housework. Besides, he's doing a sloppy job.
Look yonder. He's mopping your floor.
Yeah, and chewing up my best mop.
They're showing you they love you and want to ease your burden.
If they want to ease my burden, they can ease themselves right out the door. And it goes for raccoons, too.
He's helping you pick up.
You're wasting your time, you furry little hot-smoking sassafras. What's that?
We love you, Granny. Granny is dog's best friend. Now what do you say?
All right, I'll give them one more chance. The critters can stay.
Granny, you got a soft heart.
Yeah, and a head to match.
You'll be glad you changed your mind.
Oh, I am already. I think I'm gonna cook up a special treat for all them darling little varmints.
I'm getting kind of hungry myself.
I'm gonna fry up some fish heads and throw in some goat tripe and some gopher.
I can hardly wait to dig in.
That's what I'm giving the dogs. I'll fetch you a piece of cake.
Ellie, when did you and Jethro get back from the pet store?
Oh, a little bit ago. Why, he's waiting on a truck around the corner.
Run out of gas?
Oh, no, sir. Hey, did Granny fall for my critters' tricks and my signs and all?
Oh, well, I'm relieved to know it was you who was behind this. I hate to think it was your monkey, Bessie, that thought it over.
Oh, no, sir, I thought it up. She just painted the sign.
Well, yeah, your granny melted like a snowball on a hot griddle.
I mean, all the critters can stay? Well, Miranda and Esmeralda and Aubrey and Elm and Letitia and Farley and Morris and Natalie.
Ellie, you go enjoy them. By the time you're all through naming them, Granny may have kicked them out again.
Ellie, I'm tired of waiting.
Why didn't you come in with Ellie?
Well, you explain, Jethro. I gotta go tell Bessie that Granny ain't mad no more.
No wonder Ellie wanted you to wait. Any more of her dogs around the truck and folks would think it was a butcher wagon.
Yeah, driving home from the pet shop, I pretty near got licked to death.
Wait a minute. I see some strange faces. Are you sure these are all the same dogs you left here with?
Heck no. We left here with none.
None?
Yeah. These is all new ones Ellie bought at the pet shop. Said she couldn't stand to see them in cages.
Good thing Granny's got over her mad about critters.
Down in my heart. Down in my heart. Jed, come get your cake.
Wait, he didn't mean you. Stop. Hold it. Granny.
Mark my words. If I find one critter still around here by sundown, I'm gonna make a rug out of him.
I don't think Granny's over her mad yet.
Good thinking, boy. Now I know what they mean about a place going to the dog.
dogs out of the way, Pa. I put them in the cement pond.
Oh, I drained it first. What a miserable job that was.
Well, all you got to do is turn that handle marked drain.
I found that out. But first, I spent an hour underwater looking for a plug to pull.
Hey, has Granny quit storming around her bedroom yet?
She is still so hot, I just burnt my hand on her doorknob.
If you think she's steamed up now, wait till she goes swimming and does a high dive into all them dogs.
We sure can't stay there. You better take them away and stash them till Granny cools off.
Till Granny cools off? I might as well give them away.
Won't be that bad, but you'll have to do something.
No. I ain't seen Granny this mad at my critters since one of them made 6 of her kumquat pies.
What's the matter with you?
Doggone it, I gotta tell you, I ate the pies. Yeah. Boy, it sure feels good to be through carrying around that terrible secret.
Well, I'm sure it does, but considering Granny's mood today, you better carry it around a little while longer.
Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane. Oh, hi there, Fifi.
Hello, Ellie Mae.
What is it, Ellie?
Oh, Jethro just dropped me off. We've been driving around looking for a nice place away from the house to keep my dogs.
Well, that's a good idea, Ellie.
Yeah, but we ain't having no luck.
Well, did you try a boarding kennel?
Oh, I couldn't lock 'em up nowhere.
Well, I'm afraid that's the only place you're going to find.
Well, unless you want to keep them here in my office.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Drysdale.
Do something.
You mean tell her to get the dogs out of the bank?
Of course not. Mr. Clampett's money might go with them.
Then what can I do? You extended the invitation.
First of all, get Fifi out of here. Claude will go mad if he finds a strange dog's hair on her coat.
Now, wait a minute, Ellie.
Oh, Ilsa, good. I want you to take a dog for a walk. Do you understand? I meant Fifi. Just walk her up and down in front of the bank until I take her for her clipping. Understand?
No.
I'll be right back, Chief.
And hurry! At least you can let me have my own chair. Forget it. I'll just sit on the floor.
Howdy, Elsa.
73 million.
Thank you. It must be true about clothes making the man. Put on a new shirt this morning, and already I'm causing a stir.
Ich verstehe nicht.
Say, your English is getting real good.
No.
I come by to pick up Ellie, but what about you and me going for a ride first, huh?
Oh, no. Wait, hour 1. Clip Fifi.
An hour to give a dog a haircut? I seen how they do that in the pet shop. Come on.
Howdy, Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane. What you doing down here doing business hours?
Mr. Clampett, Granny, the Commerce Bank is now in chaos.
Oh, you opened up a new branch, huh?
Congratulations.
You don't quite understand. Mr. Drysdale means that Ellie's bringing her dogs to the bank is causing a bit of trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, no. Don't be offended. We'll make room for the little darling. I'll put Miss Hathaway's desk out in the parking lot.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm sorry Ellie brought the animals down there. She was supposed to find a place to board them.
I'll board her when she gets back.
Well, I can appreciate Ellie's not wanting to have the dogs locked up.
Well, I couldn't stand for them to be put in a pound or someplace like that, neither. But if they can't stay here, and she won't find a place to board them, well, then I reckon we gotta give them away.
Mr. Clampett, look what Jethro did to my Fifi.
I'd be happy to, ma'am, but I don't even know what your Fifi is.
This is Fifi, you clod. Look at the way Jethro clipped her.
I'm sorry, Miss Drysdale. Looks like the boy cuts hair the way he cuts meat.
What do you mean? Jethro is a genius. Fifi is the first dog in her block to have a psychedelic hairdo.
Speaking of hair, I think you flipped your wig.
Oh, you. Just wait until you see your electric razor.
What?
Jethro used it on Fifi, the new one on your desk.
Oh, she must mean the shaver the Bankers Association gave you for being Fleecer of the year?
It's time for Fifi's sauna bath. Do thank Jethro again for me.
Margaret, a sauna bath?
Later, Milburn. I must be off.
She's off, all right. I just hope she's not dangerous.
Well, now the only critter problem you have is with Granny.
Don't worry. I reckon there's enough problem there for everybody. Granny, for the last time, why don't you let the critter stay another week? It won't be no skin off your nose.
I ain't taking no chances. I've already lost enough skin to him. And not off my nose, neither.
I declare, it's easier to change the weather than your mind.
Ellie got the dogs ready?
Yeah, Jethro's got the sign out front, too.
Good.
Bow, Archibald. Don't go stepping in the mud. Bye now, my little friend. Now, don't y'all forget to ride.
Ellie, I wouldn't count on that last.
Just a paw print on a Christmas card.
Okay, I got the sign up. Free dogs to good homes.
Did you paint a big one?
Yes, ma'am. 8 by 12 feet. I used one of the garage doors.
When you put it back, can you see it from the street?
Oh, yes, sir. It's real close to the street. As a matter of fact, it's blocking the street. Leastways it was.
Okay, Granny. They's all ready to go.
Hey, how about me giving Archibald a haircut? We don't want people to think he's a hippie.
Get it, boy. We seen a sample of your work.
Which one you want to give away first, Granny?
I don't know.
Look him over.
They're as much a part of our family as you and Jethro.
Oh, thank you, Granny.
Speaking of Jethro, where is he?
Where's Archibald? Come here, Archibald. You can stay.
He's coming. I just give him a little trim. Come on, Archibald. This was what was under all that hair.
Archibald! You're bald! Oh, I'm gonna get you!
No, wait, Granny, Granny!
Howdy, Duke and Miss Duke. We's home to stay now. You won't be lonesome no more.
Uncle Jed, I still say we hadn't ought to moved out of that bank building.
Well, boy, what's done is done.
Yeah, but I was just getting my psychiatry business going good. Why, yesterday alone, I cured 5 mother haters. Yeah, got them back to loving their mothers.
Well, maybe you can be a psychiatrist here at home. Granny's gonna go on with her dentistry.
Which room you want me to put your dentist chair in, Granny?
I think I'll just let you bolt it down to the bed of the truck.
You figure to practice here on the truck?
Why not? You know how people hate to go to the dentist. This way, the dentist will go to the people.
You think folks is ready for curb service dentistry?
Ready, willing, and anxious. Why, just driving along. The minute folks seen this chair, their mouth just fell open.
Can I drive you around, Granny?
Oh, thank you, Jethro.
It'll be good for business. Anybody crazy enough to let you work on their teeth needs a psychiatrist.
I'm gonna work on yours right now. Let me down, Jed.
Cool off, Granny.
Sounds like the phone's ringing.
Probably one of my mother lovers.
Hello? Hello?
Who is it, Ellie?
Don't know. They done hung up.
Any luck, Bobby Joe?
No, still no answer at the Clampetts.
Doggone, I've been trying for 6 days to call those people. Hate to just drop in on them. But if I don't get going, I'm going to miss my plane connection to Los Angeles.
I can send a telegram for you.
Hey, that's a good idea. Say I've been trying to get them for some time. that I won a contest for selling the most soybeans, and my prize is a trip to Hollywood, and I'll call on arrival.
I'll take care of it.
Oh, and I want to thank you and Billy Joe for minding the store for me. I'll be back first thing Monday morning.
Don't worry about a thing. We'll have it all cleaned up by then.
Good. Cleaned up?
Oh, didn't I tell you? We're having a little party here Saturday night.
Here in the store?
Well, the refreshments are so handy.
How many are you having?
How many on a football team?
11.
Well, 11 fellas and 11 girls.
22 teenagers?
Oh, don't worry. We'll keep track of everything we eat.
Well, who's going to chaperone this bash?
Uncle Joe?
Oh. Never mind the 22 teenagers. Just keep track of what he eats.
The cannonball's waiting for you.
8 balls waiting for me. I changed my mind. I'm not going.
Oh, Mr. Drucker, please. You'll have a wonderful time. And you'll even get to see your sweetie again.
Oh, now, don't start with Granny. We're just friends.
Oh, sure. Romeo and Juliet, Dick and Liz, Sam and Granny. You're going to miss your plane.
Well, just send a telegram.
Hi, Sarah. This is Bobby Joe again. No, Sam's sending a telegram instead. Address it to Granny Clampett. She'll like hearing from Sam. Let's see. Have been trying to get you for some time. Am coming to Hollywood for my prize. We'll call on arrival. Sam Drucker. Okay, Sarah. Bye-bye.
This thing's got to weigh a ton. Yeah, it's a real finger curler. Where do you want it, Granny?
Well, now, let's see.
Don't look upstairs.
Well, take it in the parlor and set it up in front of the fireplace.
But, Granny, that's a courting parlor. Wouldn't look too romantic having a dentist chair sitting in there.
With all the courting that's going on in that parlor, we could have an electric chair in there.
Yeah, but Ellie Mae might have some young gentlemen callers.
Jed, when are you gonna face the truth? That girl is too old to get a husband.
I don't agree.
Naturally, you're her father. But back in Tennessee, my old granny had a saying. 13 and 14, a girl's in her prime. 15 and 16, she's still got time. 17 and 18, she's just about done. 19 and 20, her paw needs a gun.
Things has changed since your granny's day. Folks lives longer now. They stays young longer.
How come?
Well, I hear it's because we got better doctors now.
Oh, thank you, Jed. But when a girl is on the shady side of 17, even I can't help her. She's done over the hill. Now, take the chair into the parlor like I told you. Hello, this is Granny.
Yes, I have a telegram for you here. Would you like me to read it?
I certainly would not. What are you doing with my telegram anyway?
Well, I took it off the teletype machine.
Well, you put it right back.
You don't seem to understand. You see, I work for the telegraph company.
Well, shame on you. The postman don't read folks' mail. Now, you get my telegram up here to me and be quick about it.
Well, I'll be glad to, but don't you just see, if you let me read it to you now, you'll get the message all the quicker.
Well, let me sit down first. All right. Who's dead?
Oh, nothing like that. You see, this telegram is from a Mr. Sam Drucker in Hooterville.
Sam Drucker, he's my sweetie.
Congratulations. Here's the message. Have been trying to get you for some time.
That's the truth. You know, he proposed to me by mail once, but Ellie's Barrett my letter.
I see. Then he says, am coming to Hollywood for my prize.
Well, that bold rascal. Coming to carry me off, is he? Well, it won't be that easy. He's going to have to court me first.
Yes. Well, the message concludes, will call on arrival.
Well, that's a good joke on Sam. He ain't got no rival. We ain't gonna tell him that. My motto is to keep them guessing. Once they get to thinking they're the only rooster in the hen house, you're in trouble. My old granny back in Tennessee had a saying, men is like mules. If you... Hello? Hello? I guess she done heard that saying.
How's this, Doctor?
Get that thing out of here. This is a curtain parlor.
I thought you said Ellie Mae was too...
Who's talking about that child? There's gonna be some grown-up courting in here. Sam Drucker's coming to town.
See you?
Well, he ain't coming to see Mae Bush.
How do you know he's coming courting?
Vowed to tote me off as his prize.
Well, doggies.
I gotta go get gussied up. A man likes his prize wrapped pretty.
I'll tell you something, Granny. If Ellie Mae is over the hill, where does that put you?
Through the holler and up the next rock.
What about that saying your granny had down there in Tennessee?
My grandpa had another saying. Old violins makes the sweetest music. Of course, you have to have the right bow. That's a witty saying, Jed.
Not too witty.
Well, it beats whale doggies.
You didn't ought to be playing with fire that way. It's dangerous.
But, Pa, I'm cooking with it.
Yeah, that's when it's dangerous.
I'm making you and Jethro a pack of donuts.
And you're taking them out with my crowbar?
Oh, yes, sir. This here fork just ain't stout enough for lifting.
Donuts do have a lot of body to them.
Oh, thank you. Go ahead and eat one.
Well, Ellie, I kind of like to have a cup of coffee with my donut.
I know, Pa, so I made you some coffee to go with.
Ellie, I kind of like to have my coffee and my donut after my meal.
I know, Pa, so I made you one of my surprise loaves.
You didn't.
Yes, sir. Come on, you can help me lift it out of the oven.
Ain't Granny going to get her nose out of the joints with you taking over the kitchen like this?
Oh, no, sir. It's on account of Granny getting married to Sam Drucker that I'm a-doing it.
She told you that, did she?
Yes, sir. Says Mr. Drucker's coming to claim his prize.
Well, you know Granny. She's likely to get carried away.
Yes, sir. He's going to carry her clean back to Hooterville.
Ellie Mae, Granny wants you to come help lace up her corset.
Okay, Jethro.
Uncle Jed, if Granny marries Sam Drucker and he totes her off to Hooterville, you and me's going to starve to death. And that's a terrible way to go.
Ellie has cooked some victuals.
That's an even worse way to go.
Jethro, let's not commence swimming till we hit water. Sam Drucker ain't here yet, and we don't know for certain that he's going to propose when he gets here.
Well, this time he means business. Granny said he's even ready to take on his rival.
He ain't got no rival.
He thinks he has.
Jed Clampett speaking. Oh, howdy, Dash. How are you? Well, Ellie's upstairs right now, but... Well, that sounds like a dandy idea. Come on by. All right? Dash Rock has got a new car, and he wants to take Ellie for a drive. I'll go up and tell her the good news.
Oh, I'll go tell her, Uncle Jed. I want to see Dash anyway.
I don't have to borrow his car.
Oh, I won't!
I sure do thank you, Miss Hathaway.
My pleasure, Mr. Drucker.
You coming in?
Oh, I'm afraid I'd better not. You see, Mr. Drysdale is clocking me. He knows exactly how long it takes me to drive his wife to the airport and get back to the office.
You know, I think I understand his disposition a lot better now that I've met his wife.
Oh, howdy, Miss Jane. Mr. Drucker.
Hi, Jethro. I was going to call, but I happened to run into Miss Hathaway at the airport, and she rushed me right out.
Bye. Have a nice visit.
Goodbye. Oh, thanks again, Miss Hathaway. Say, I know it seems like I'm barging in, but Mr. Clampett said if I ever came to town, he'd take it right poorly if I didn't stay with you.
Oh, we got plenty of room. Hey, but don't expect to see too much of Granny.
How come?
Sit down. Mr. Drucker, that little woman is gone all the time. One date right after another. The men just won't leave her alone.
Granny?
Yeah, they call her the Beverly Hills butterfly. Plaything of the stars.
Movie stars take her out?
Take her out and keep her out. You know what time she pulled up here this morning?
Well, what time?
Pretty 10:30.
Well, who was she out with?
Well, I don't want to name no names, but there was 4 in the party.
Anybody famous?
Well, driving was this here well-known Hollywood playboy, and sitting next to him was a blonde. And there was his millionaire sugar daddy and Granny.
And this goes on all the time?
She only comes home to change clothes. And fellas.
Your whole family's gone a lot. I tried to call here for pretty near a week.
We was out looking for Granny. If it weren't for that old hound dog Duke there, we'd have never found her. We just have him sniff one of her dancing slippers and the chase is on. Up and down the Sunset Strip, all over town. You can see how wore out he is.
I can't believe it.
Hey, here comes one of her fellows now.
That big car coming through the gate?
Yep. Old die-hard Dash Riprock.
Dash Riprock? The movie star?
Yeah. We call him Mr. Loser. He ain't got a chance.
Well, ain't he kind of young for Granny?
How old do you think he is?
Or on the movie screen, he appears to be about 25 or 30.
68 years old.
68?
Just had a birthday.
Well, how can he look so...
Makeup. When he leaves the movie studio at night, half of them stays in the dressing room. Hi, just roll. Hi, Dash. Happy 68.
You mean 69?
How about that? He's pushing 70.
He looks young enough to be courting Ellie Mae.
That gives me an idea. I'll try to talk him into taking out Ellie instead of Granny.
Oh, Dash Riprock? This here's Sam Drucker from Hooterville.
Pleasure to know you, Mr. Drucker. Something wrong?
Oh, no, it's just that you're the first movie star I've ever seen made up. I mean, close-up.
Dash, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, General.
Excuse me.
That old fella there is here to court Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae?
Mr. Drucker!
Hello, Ellie Mae.
See? Well, they don't coot.
Howdy, Dash.
Hi, Ellie.
Dash, I'd like to take you for a ride in his new car, Ellie.
Oh, that sure is a nice surprise.
Well, didn't your father tell you?
You all have a good time now, and don't hurry back. Well, it worked, Mr. Drucker. I got rid of Dash. Hey, come on in.
I just can't believe makeup could do all that. He looks great.
Well, of course, he's had what you call a facelift, too.
Oh, I've heard about those. That's where they pull up your skin and hide it under your hair.
Mr. Drucker, he's got so much skin tied up on top of his head, if the knot ever comes loose, he'll have to open his shirt to brush his teeth.
Sam Drucker.
Hi, Granny. Did you get my telegram?
I sure did, you bold rascal.
Huh? Oh, yeah, well, I know I said I'd call on arrival.
Oh, forget it, Sam. There's too many of them.
Huh?
Oh, I've been telling Mr. Drucker how popular you are, Granny. How many dates you got? Do you want him to take a number?
No, Jethro. Sam's an old friend. I won't make him wait in line.
Oh, how about I give him a room towards the back of the house? That way the sports cars coming and going all night won't keep him awake.
That's a good idea, Jethro. Don't put him too near the cement pond. That'll be noisy, too. What with Johnny Weissmuller splashing around and beating his chest and giving the mating call of the bull ape.
Ain't he Tarzan?
Him Tarzan, me Granny.
Sorry I'm a little late, Chief, but
You are exactly 12 minutes and 22 seconds late. That will come off your lunch hour tomorrow.
Well, I ran into a friend of the Clampetts at the airport, and I drove him to their house.
Oh, well, that's different. Any friend of the Clampetts is a friend of mine.
No lunch hour penalty?
Of course not. You can take your full 15 minutes. Oh, who is a friend? Has he got any money?
Very likely. He owns the Bank of Hooterville.
Not Sam Drucker.
Yes, he won a contest, and the prize was a trip to Hollywood.
Don't let him kid you. That jerkwater Jesse James is here to take Jed Clampett's money out of my bank.
If it really was a contest, there's something about beans.
Yes, 80 million beans. Well, he hasn't won the contest yet. Drive me to the Clampetts.
Yes, Sam. This is where I sit and hold court while my suitors kneel in front of me.
Just like a queen on a throne.
That's well put.
I suppose a lot of them are movie stars.
Oh, the biggest, Sam. I recollect one night there was Jack Hoxie, Ken Maynard, Tom Mix, William S. Hart, Bronco Billy Anderson, and of course the ever-popular Bull Montana.
That sounds like quite a crowd.
There were so many horses out front that you would have thought it was the headquarters for Jeb Stuart's cavalry.
Well, Sam Drucker. Glad to see you.
Same here, Mr. Clampett.
You been here long?
Oh, about 5 minutes.
Yeah, Jed. I'm giving him more time than the others.
What others?
Oh, it's all right, Jed. Sam knows how popular I am with the big movie stars.
Hey, Granny was telling me about the night Bull Montana was here.
She was, huh?
Yeah. I thought a lot of Bull.
You still do, Granny.
Granny, we's gonna have to unlock the front gates. Them suitors of yours is good. Oh, hi, Uncle Jed.
Yeah, what's that about the front gate?
Well,
You heard him. There's a bunch of movie stars out there clamoring to see me.
Yeah, let him in, Jethro.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hospitality. That's a fine way to treat Sam.
Well, I would like to see them.
Oh, you poor devil. Why, they'd set upon you in a jealous rage and tear you to pieces. Are you ready to face lust, crazed lovers like Lash LaRue, Rip Torn, or Rudy Valley?
Granny, ain't this gone far enough?
Yes. We gotta protect Sam. Now, you go up to your room, lock the door, and I'll call you when it's safe.
Well, couldn't I just step out the front door and take a look? The only one of your movie star suitors I've seen so far is Dash Riprock.
Dash Riprock?
Oh, it's okay, Uncle Jed. I talked him into taking out Ellie instead of Granny.
Thank you, Jethro. Now, you show Mr. Drucker up to his room.
Yes, ma'am.
Granny, why don't you tell Sam Drucker the truth?
I aim to, Jed.
Good.
Just as soon as I'm Mrs. Sam Drucker, I'll confess everything.
I do thank you for the ride, Dash.
My pleasure, Ellie.
Would you like to come in for some refreshment?
That sounds great. I'm hungry.
Well, that's good. I'm ready to batch your donut.
Are those the great big ones like you made before?
That's right.
Oh, boy.
Was they good?
I never tasted anything like them.
Well, you can have all you want.
Oh, look at the time. I'm late to the studio. Thanks anyway. Maybe next time. Bye.
Hey, wait a minute, Dash. I gotta talk to you.
Later, Jethro.
Hey, wait, I gotta talk to you right now.
Go ahead, Dash. I'll fetch you out some donuts.
You heard her. I gotta get out of here.
Hey, please, you gotta do me a little favor.
What is it?
Come inside and pretend to court Granny.
Court Granny?
If you don't, Sam Drucker's gonna take her back to Hooterville. And when that happens, it means that Uncle Jed and me has got to eat Ellie's cooking.
Good luck.
Hey, good luck to you. Uncle Jed owns a studio where you work.
You struck a nerve. But don't you think I'm a little young for Granny?
She likes him young. Her big hero on television is the Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger? He wears a mask.
That's right. And a big white hat and rides around on a white horse.
I'll tell you what, Jethro. You tell Granny she's got a date with the Lone Ranger.
How soon?
As soon as I can get to the studio and back.
Dash forgot his donuts.
Oh, never mind, Ellie. I'll give him to Sam Drucker. Mr. Drucker, you ain't actually eating one of them donuts, are you?
This is my third one.
You mean you like them?
Well, they were a little dry till I steamed them, but that really brought out the flavor. Say, where's Granny? I'd like to compliment her.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
Well, why not?
Well, she's busy right now.
Oh, one of her suitors?
Yeah, that's it.
Please, Granny.
Excuse me. Mr. Drysdale, you ain't proposing to Granny.
Oh, no. I was just pleading with Granny not to go back to Hooterville.
Well, I think you'd best let Granny make her own decision on that.
But, Granny, you'll hate it. You'll be lonely there.
Oh, I don't think so. Once I'm settled, Jed and the rest of the family can join me.
We do like a small town.
But you'll miss Hollywood, the movie stars, the excitement.
Not me. I've had this Hollywood. I'm all burned out with this wild nightlife.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah. I'm tired of being a love goddess. Granny, come quick. The Lone Ranger's riding up the driveway. The Lone Ranger, he's my hero! I'm coming, T-Bone, saw me! Here I am!
Who was that masked man?
Why, don't you know? That's the Lone Ranger.
See what goes on around here, Mr. Drucker? And it ain't even dark yet.
Yeah.
Want me to get you on the next plane to Hooterville?
And leave all this? Don't be silly. Let's go steam some donuts.
This'll be the first time in 65 years that I ain't been able to make my spring tonic. And just because you can't find medical supplies in Beverly Hills.
But don't blame me, Granny. I took you to every drugstore in town.
Don't call them places drugstores.
Granny's right, Jethro. Put the truck away.
Yeah, but the sign on the front said drugstore.
I don't care what it says. I say they's not drugstores. They is what-not shops.
Granny's right, Jethro. Put the truck away.
You can buy automobile tires, bed springs, chocolate sodies, but just let a doctor walk in like I done and ask for a simple healing drug like bull-nettle root and wahoo bark, and they look at you like you were some kind of a nut.
Granny's right, Jethro. Put the truck away.
Well, maybe they don't sell bull nettle root or wahoo bark.
Then don't call them drugstores.
Granny's right, Jethro. Put the truck away.
But the sign on the front said drugstore.
Jethro, put the truck away.
Granny, look what come from Aunt Pearl while you was at the drugstore.
I didn't get took to no drugstore. I got took to a what-not shop.
What's a what-not shop?
That's what Jethro calls a drugstore. You can buy step ladders and garden hoses and cheeseburgers.
Open the box, Granny.
But when a doctor like me walks in and tries to buy a few life-saving drugs, then you find out it ain't no drugstore.
But the sign out front said drugstore.
Put the truck away.
I don't care what the sign says.
Open the box, Granny.
If you can't believe a sign, what can you believe?
I believe.
Look here, Granny.
Aunt Pearl sent you everything you need for your tonic.
I wouldn't have had to take you to the drugstore.
Take me where?
He needs a what-not shop. Now let's all get together and help Granny make her spring tonic. Jethro, you go out and light a big fire under the kettle.
But you told me to put the truck away.
Well, now I'm telling you to make a fire. Get going.
Put the truck away, Jethro. Light a fire, Jethro. I just got two hands. I'm only human. But it ain't a what-not shop neither. It's a drugstore.
Chief, guess who is here to see you?
Oh.
A member of international royalty. Her ladyship, the Countess Maria de Beauchamp Constantine Smythe Breckenridge de Cordoba Halgelcher Kosobianca von Holstein.
No.
Yes.
Well, lock the vault and tell her I'm not in. Look, I've run into these international freeloaders before. The longer the name, the shorter the bank account.
But, Chief...
Give me a name like Ford, Getty, Morgan, Clampett.
The Countess is worth $100 million.
Give me a name like Maria de Beauchamp, Constantine.
Why am I being kept waiting?
Oh, 1,000 pardons, your ladyship.
100 million pardons, your Imperial Highness.
I'm a countess, not a queen. That is a hand, not an ear of corn.
Oh, forgive me, your Royal Majesty.
How may we be of service to your ladyship?
Well, actually, the purpose of my visit here is to see the Clampetts again.
Say, that's right. You became quite good friends of my Clampett.
Just a year ago this time.
Oh, yes, spring tonic time. That's what brought me back, really. You know, I was in Paris attending a party for the prince when I suddenly realized it was time for Granny to start brewing her magic elixir. So I just hopped in a jet without even stopping to change.
The Clampetts will be delighted to see you.
Oh, how are they?
Richer than ever.
I believe the Countess meant, are they happy? Are they content?
I just answered that. Richer than ever.
Oh, speaking of money, Mr. Drysdale, I'll be needing some. Now, would you please arrange to transfer $1 million or so from one of my Swiss accounts into your bank here?
Oh, yes, your gracious Majesty.
Stop nibbling on me. Now, I believe I have one of my cars in storage here, but until I can arrange for a chauffeur, I shall need transportation.
Oh, my faithful and expensive secretary is yours to command.
It would be my pleasure, your ladyship.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. You know, I'm absolutely helpless without a chauffeur.
Oh, speaking of chauffeurs, how is Humphrey?
Who? The rather elderly gentleman who was driving you last year?
Yes, after some of Granny's tonic, you married him?
Oh, of course, that Humphrey. Oh, dear, sweet man. I lost him soon after the wedding.
Oh?
What a pity.
Yes, we were given a huge wedding reception, and I lost him in the crowd.
You never found him?
No, and I stayed until the last guest had gone. Well, here's the information you'll need on my Swiss bank. Now, let's run along, my dear. We have lots of shopping to do. You know, speaking of Humphrey, I miss him terribly. He was such an excellent chauffeur.
I'll tell the Clampetts to be expecting you.
Oh, yes, thank you. I do hope Mr. Clampett hasn't changed. He was so different. Such a vital, stimulating man.
He still is. Richer than ever.
Found a dandy bunch of bottles for you.
Good. Where'd you get them?
At the drugstore.
Where?
At the whatnot shop.
That's better. Now, you and Ellie take him into the pantry and wash him out good with my lye soap. Come on, Jethro.
But, Granny, these bottles is what you call sterilized.
Don't you worry. My lye soap will kill anything.
Granny.
Wash the bottles, boy.
But, Uncle Jed.
Wash the bottles.
May I come in?
Why, you bet you can.
Howdy, Mr. Drysdale.
You're just in time to have some of Granny's spring tonic.
That's right.
Ah, yes. The magic elixir that has brought Her Highness all the way from Paris.
What? That brought who? From where?
The Countess von Holstein, you remember her.
Oh, yeah, that's that pretty woman with all the jewels and the big car that took such a liking to your tonic.
You mean took such a liking to you? Made a big fuss over Jed.
I know. Oh, that was just a tonic talking. Besides, she's a married woman.
Not anymore. And she's coming to see you.
Me?
Here you are, Mr. Drysdale. I cut it some for you.
Thank you. Well, here's to the Countess von Holstein.
Yep, Granny, I think you got a good stout batch. Granny, I reckon you better cut that tonic a little more for city folks.
Uncle Jed?
I finally got Mr. Drysdale home, but he was hiring a hawk.
Uncle Jed?
He grabbed his wife and kissed her like to scare that poor woman to death.
Uncle Jed?
What is it, Jethro?
When you marry up with the Countess, are you going to live in a castle with a moat and a drawbridge, and a tower and a dungeon, and knights in iron suits fighting with swords and lances and rescuing damsels in distress?
Hold it. Who said I was going to marry a countess?
Well,
Jethro, get back to your job. You know that tonic has to be bottled before the full of the moon or it'll turn on us.
Granny, did you start that story?
Of course not. My granny told me that story 65 years ago when she first learnt me to make tonic.
I'm talking about the Countess.
Who?
Oh, the Countess, Granny. You told me and Ellie that...
Get back to corking them bottles. And while you're at it, find one to fit your mouth.
Granny, I want to have a little talk with you alone.
Well, I'm awful busy, Jed. I gotta get that tonic bottled or it's liable to eat right through the kettle.
The young'uns will watch it. Now, you come with me.
Now, Jed, I ain't been feeling well lately. I think I'm coming down with something. I wouldn't want you to catch it.
I ain't the one that's going to catch it.
I was afraid of that.
Granny, like I've been saying, what would a grand lady like the Countess want with a rough old cob like me?
What do you mean? She came within that much tonic of marrying you last year.
And that's another thing. No tonic except as a going-away present.
All right, Jed. When you two leave on your honeymoon, I'll give you his and her jugs.
And I don't want to hear one word of marriage talk.
Clampett, Granny, look who's here.
Well, howdy there, Miss Countess, ma'am.
Oh, now that's no way to greet an old friend.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, Granny, how are you?
Fine, and yourself? And how's the mister?
Who?
Your husband.
Oh, I'm not married now.
Oh, do tell.
You know, the Countess flew 6,000 miles for some of your tonic.
Well, I just made a new batch. Come on to the kitchen.
It's a mite too raw for drinking now, Miss Countess. That tonic ain't nothing to fool with when it's green.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. I remember when Granny used to make it in a hollow stump. After she drawed it off, many's the time I've seen that old stump get up and go off through the woods looking for bear.
Ellie Mae, let go! Oh!
Oh, Ellie Mae, you put him down. No, don't fling him. Now, young'un, stop that. Ellie Mae, you get off of him.
Oh!
Hey, say it.
You're a knight. You're a knight.
Now the rest of it. What are you?
I'm a damsel. Yes, there, both of you. I declare, Ellie Mae, you need a paddler.
Just needs a more. Say hello to the Countess, Ellie Mae.
Howdy, ma'am. Hi there, Miss Jane.
Ellie Mae?
Well, hello, Ellie Mae. Well, you're as beautiful and spirited as ever, I see.
All she needs is a more to straighten her out.
Howdy, your Royal Countessship. Hey, you got a castle?
Why, yes, as a matter of fact, I have.
Can I be one of your knights?
No, you can't.
Can. Now, stop that. You ought to be ashamed of yourself in front of company.
All she needs is a more. It's a tonic.
Granny, that tonic ain't ready.
I have a suggestion, your ladyship. Jethro here is an excellent driver. We could take this opportunity to get your car out of storage.
Oh, would you, Jethro?
You bet he would, ma'am. Go to the Countess, boy. I hope you come back and take victuals with us. You too, Miss Jean.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
Another time for me.
I'll fix you something special, Countess.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Oh, yes, I do. Now, you hurry back.
What you gonna fix, Granny?
My courtship special. Turnip greens and tonic gravy. Where'd that come from?
It sounded like the kitchen.
Uh-oh. Mr. Drysdale snuck back for another snort. Do, 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 do. Get Mr. Drysdale home all right, Jed?
Yep, but it was hard as braiding a mule's tail in fly time.
I suspect he was a mite over-tonicked.
I reckon he was. He grabbed his wife and went to hugging and kissing again. I was halfway home and she come running after me, yelling and screaming.
Scared of him?
No, she just wanted to give me this for a refill.
Good stout batch this year, Jed. I put in a little extra angelica root and heart leaf.
Yeah, you just want to be sure the Countess don't get a hold of none.
Jed, that countess didn't fly no 6,000 miles for my gravy. I mean my time. That woman is looking for a husband. Now, you get upstairs and mow that stubble off your face and put on some decent clothes.
Granny, the countess may be looking for a husband, but it ain't me.
What are you talking about? Why, the minute she caught sight of you, she commenced grinning like a fox eating yellow jackets.
Forget it.
How about Humphrey? He was twice your age and she married him.
Only because she was tonic to the eyeball.
Well, she wasn't.
I don't want to hear no more about it. I know how fond you are of matchmaking, but this time you're toting water with a leaky bucket.
Jed, you have heard my last words on the subject.
Good.
I give up. I quit.
Thank you.
But, just let me say this. A beautiful peach like the countess ain't gonna hang on the tree forever. And if she gets picked, don't you come crying to me, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you.
I tried to talk cold turkey to you, but I can see it's gonna take hot gravy.
What does that mean?
Never mind. Just remember what I told you.
Before or after your last word?
How'd I do, Miss Countess? Was I all right?
Well, your style of driving isn't as conservative as Humphrey's, but all in all, I think you'll make an excellent chauffeur.
Does that mean I can drive you around all the time you're in town?
Oh, I see no reason why not, if your Uncle Jed approves.
Yeehaw! Let's go tell him.
Oh, restrain yourself. We will not tell your Uncle Jed. We shall ask him. And perhaps I'd better do the talking.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, boy, I hope he says yes. Sure would love driving that car around and wearing a fancy uniform.
Oh, that reminds me, we'll have to get you a chauffeur's license.
Hot dog! This is pretty near as good as being in night.
Just one more thing, Jed, and that will be my last word.
Uncle Jed? Hey, Uncle Jed, the Countess has got something to ask you. Hey, come on in, Countess. She's right here.
Maybe she's gonna propose to you.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, I'm sure that you and Granny remember Humphrey.
Yes, ma'am, we sure do.
We heard you lost him.
Well, yes, I did. And I didn't realize until I came here how very much I need someone to take his place.
Keep talking, Marie.
Well, I think I found that someone.
Here it comes.
Of course, the final decision will be up to Mr. Clampett.
Get ready, Jed.
As far as I'm concerned, Jethro is perfect.
Miss Countess, you're a fine woman, and I'm proud you asked me, but... Who?
Jethro!
Me, Uncle Jed. Hey, please say yes. I just love that fancy car, the Countess's, and I can go everywhere with her. And wear a fancy uniform.
Oh, there's more to it than that.
I know we got to get a license first.
That's just the beginning. Suppose you and the Countess don't get along together.
Well, heck, fire. I'll just up and quit.
Boy, you are green enough to stick in the ground and grow.
Marie, ain't this kind of sudden?
Oh, well, I guess it is, Granny, but I had to find someone quickly. I'm only going to be here a short time.
Uncle Jed says it's all right to go ahead and get the uniform and the license, but then we got to come right back here and talk it over some more. Come on, Countess.
Just one thing before you go, ma'am. Was this your ideas or Jethro?
Well, he was the first to mention it, but I must confess I'd been thinking the very same thing. Well, we'll hurry back. I still haven't had any of that tonic.
Good thing. They'd have done been hitched in honeymoon.
Jed, don't say I didn't warn you. The peach has done been picked.
It ain't the peach I'm worried about. It's the picker.
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to do me a little peach poaching.
Well, now that's more like it. One look at you, Jed, and she'll leave Jethro by the side of the road.
I just hope I can bring it off without hurting the boy. He's counting big on that castle and all.
You can do it, Jed. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah, but there ain't no way to do it that the cat's going to like it.
I promised that you could pick out your own uniform, but this is a little ostentatious.
You'll like it even better when you see the hat. How's this?
I must admit, it's even more ostentatious.
Thank you. Let's go show Uncle Jed.
Sure you don't need a little help, Jed?
Oh, I reckon not, Granny.
Hey, look what the Countess got for me to wear. How about this, Uncle Jed?
Well, that's real grand, boy.
It is better than that. It is ostentatious. Wait, Lily sees it. She'll turn green.
Oh, Granny, I see you have some tonic. Is it ready now?
Is it, Jed?
It is. Give her a double. And then, could you and me have a little talk alone in the parlor?
I'd be delighted. Thank you.
That's Marie's car. I found my bride at last.
Steady, Humphrey, steady. Your long search is over.
I never lost hope. I knew she'd come back here where we fell in love. Last year, in tonic time.
Miss Jane, who's this?
You remember Humphrey?
Humphrey? We thought he was dead. Are you sure he ain't?
Just weary. He's been searching for his bride ever since they became separated at the wedding reception.
I accidentally locked myself in the wine cellar.
Here, old soldier. This'll brace you up.
Where's Marie?
She's in the parlor getting proposed to.
She's where? It's your husband, Humphrey.
I forgot to cut it.
I've come to take you home.
Oh, Humphrey!
Was that really old Humphrey?
No, Jed. That was the new Humphrey. I give him a double dose of uncut tonic.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
We'll be back in tonic time.
Hey, wait! Come back! That's my job!
I don't think he can catch him.
I hope he don't. But if he does, he better be awful polite to Humphrey.
I'll get those beatniks out of my building if I have to spread gopher pellets in there.
Now, in all fairness, Chief, this basement was nothing more than a hole in the ground when you rented it to them. They've turned it into a rather charming little coffee house.
They have turned it into a playground for reform school dropouts.
They have legal possession. Their rent is paid. They're not disturbing the peace.
That won't stop me. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I have the will. Now you find the way.
Chief, I don't know what to do.
Oh, use your head. There are dozens of little annoying things you can do. Run a hose from the exhaust of your car. Toss in a few grenades. Set fire to the building.
You seem to be forgetting that Mr. Clampett has befriended these young people. They call him Big Daddy.
Jed Clampett just paid their rent out of the goodness of his heart. He doesn't know a beatnik from a baboon. And come to think of it, there isn't much difference.
Hi, Miss Jane, Mr. Drysdale.
Greetings, Jethro, Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae, you square? You ain't supposed to say howdy, Miss Jane. Us cool cats say, lay some skin on me, chick.
Don't stand there, chick. Lay some skin on these cool cats.
Say, that's quite a handsome beard, Jethro.
Pretty far out, eh?
Yes, and you grew it so quickly.
Oh, it was easy. I mean, Easyville, chick.
Jed, look what Jethro done to my fur muff.
Now, what do you want to do a thing like that?
Don't ask me. Nothing makes any sense what he does since he took up with them nutnicks.
Granny, I think they is called beatniks.
Beatniks, nutnicks, they all act like they was behind the door when the brains was handed out.
You didn't think so last night when we was playing music for their dancing.
I thought they was dancing till the lights come back on. Then I thought they was having fits.
Did look for all the world like they had an itch they couldn't scratch.
Well, Jed, what are you going to do about my Sunday go-to-meeting skunk-dyed muskrat muff?
I'll go have a talk with Jethro.
He ain't here. And if he was here, you can't talk to him. Nothing he says makes any sense. Lay a pizza on me, Granny Chick.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But if he says it again, I'm gonna lay something on him, and it ain't gonna be no pizza. And Ellie Mae's pretty near as bad. They's both down to that coffee shop right now, getting into who knows what kind of mischief.
Well, Granny, if it'll ease your mind, why don't you go down there and see for yourself what's going on?
I can't. The youngun's bugged out with the wheels. Left in the truck. Doggone it, now they got me talking that nonsense.
Granny, I'll call you one of them taxis.
Oh, Jed, that costs a lot of money.
Don't flip, chick. I got pretty near 50 million gumballs.
Hey, Sal, Squirrel wants you to eyeball her sculptor of Clyde.
Come on, chick.
What do you think, Shell?
Not bad.
But have I captured the real Clyde?
Can I look? Not yet. Hold that pose. I see your problem, Squirrel. This is the outer Clyde, but you have missed the inner Clyde. What do you think, chick?
Well, I think it looks like a great big mud chitlin.
Can I move now? Or split or something?
Sure, Clyde. I'm gonna start over from like scratch. Come on, let's tap the boiler for a cup of Joe.
Yeah.
Crazy. Cool. That.
How about that, Ellie? That there is a statue of me.
Well, I think it looks like a great big mud chitlin.
You're just jealous because you can't do nothing.
I can do better than that.
I'd like to see you try.
Okay.
Ouch! Gee. Hey! Look what Ellie done. Crazy.
Cool.
It's wild. That is the real Clyde.
Inner and outer.
It talks. It sings.
It wails.
Chick, you are the new queen of the clay. You mean it's good? Good? Clyde, this is pure protest. It's like a scream in the night.
Let's show it to Horace.
Yeah. Horace, roll your grapes over this and lay the word on us. Is it a minor or a major masterpiece? It's a major!
Do me next.
Oh, hey, Granny Chick, make that old square Ellie split back to the pad.
I don't want to hear no more of that goofy talk. Now you get home.
You just blew my gig. Now I ain't beat.
You ain't home yet. Now you go fetch the truck. You and Ellie got chores waiting at home for you.
Take her, Granny. I want to stay here.
You're going too. There's a whole patch of taters to be done. Catching and toting. And you've done wasted your time in that goof-knit root cellar.
I ain't been wasting time, Granny. I've been going to cool school.
What kind of a fool school is cool school?
It's real groovy, Granny. Well, already today I learned that I'm one of the angry young men. How about that?
What you angry about?
Well, let's see. Oh, we got questions to ask about life. Like, who am I and where'd I come from and where am I going? Them is angry young man questions.
Well, now you're going to get some angry old woman answers. You are Jethro Bodine. You just come out of there. And you're going home to do your chores. Now you go fetch the truck while I get out.
Granny, I want to be a cool cat.
You'll be a cool cat with warm britches if you don't do as I say.
and capture the inner me, Ellie. I ain't got a whole lot of outer.
What's going on here?
Granny, Chickie. Hey, group, give Granny the big eye.
What the heck's on me?
Granny digs.
She is one of us.
Hey, Granny, look here. This here's what you call a masterpiece.
Well, it's plumb crazy.
That's it?
She's on it.
Granny Chickie, you are wild.
Well, you ain't heard nothing yet. Now gather round, young'uns, because I got a few things to say to you.
Cool it, cats. Granny's gonna lay a few words on us. Well.
All you young'uns should be home, doing chores.
What'd she say, Shell?
Oh, man, that's like your pad.
No, the other word. Chores.
Granny, what's chore?
Fetching, toting, digging taters, digging Rudy Bakers.
What'd she say, Shell?
He's too far out for me, man. That chick digs things I never heard of. Hey, Granny, clue us in on this taters and rutabagas bit.
Yeah, we want to dig them, too.
Yeah. Well, that's much better.
How do you do it?
Ellie, get up here and show them how to dig taters.
Dig taters?
Yeah, chick, we've never dug them.
Lay it on us.
Well, all right. It's real easy. Do it like this.
Oh, no, Ellie. You ain't dug taters in so long you forgot how. Let me show you how it's done. You gotta put some swing in it, like this. In the ground. Shake the dirt, fling it. That's what you call digging taters. See? He's getting it. Now you're making them taters fly.
Hey, cats, this is the wildest.
Hey, what a beat.
This chap's the Watusi.
Granny, you are the queen chick of all time.
What's this for? Here. What's that music for?
Well, your creation, Granny, the tater digger. Why, it cools the monkey, frug, and jerk put together.
Wait a minute.
Come on, pick up the beat. Let's fly.
Well, I didn't, this ain't no dance. You ain't supposed to. Feels pretty good, don't it?
It's a major!
Mr. Clampett, I'm going to come right to the point. Take the bull by the horns. You know those beatniks whose rent you paid?
Yeah. I kind of like, huh?
Me too.
Like another try at the bull?
Yes, Mr. Clampett, I'm with you. But a lot of people have been criticizing me for renting that basement to those beatniks.
How come?
Well, of course, some of them do look like hobos with those whiskers.
Oh, I don't hardly think having a few whiskers makes a fella a hobo.
Oh, you're right. You're right. On you, they look like a million. Many millions. Exactly what is it those narrow-minded bigots have been complaining about?
Perhaps the music and dancing.
Yes, that's it.
I kind of like music and dancing.
And me too. What else do they do?
Well, Chief, almost everything they do is dictated by their basic philosophy, which is a protest against our materialistic way of life.
What does that mean?
Well, in brief, they scorn money.
Heavens, they're dangerous fanatics. So you see, Mr. Clampett, that explains why people are so against them.
Not me. I can think of a whole heap of things that's more important than money.
Me too.
I'll bet that hurts.
Well, Mr. Drysdale, I wouldn't worry too much about them complaints by them, what was he call them?
Narrow-minded bigots.
Yeah, you know, young folks has got to kick up the heels a little, wear funny clothes, dance funny. It don't hurt them none.
You're absolutely right. I didn't even want to bother you with it, but Miss Hathaway thought I should.
Thanks, Chief. Well, I got to admire her for that. Person has got to do what they think is right.
To thine own self be true.
So not half that good. Well, here comes Jethro and Ellie, but I don't see nothing of Granny.
Mr. Clampett, doesn't it bother you to see your beautiful daughter coming home looking like that?
No, because that ain't my beautiful daughter. That's Granny. Granny.
What's the gig, Anchorman? Lay some skin on me. Greetings, Chick and Big Daddy.
Ain't she too much?
Where's Ellie?
Sculpting, man. Sculpting.
She's like mashing out masterpieces.
Got into you.
Don't be a square bear, Big Daddy. Fall into some cool threads, and I'll clue you in on the tater digger.
What in tarnation's a tater digger?
Tell 'em, Clyde.
That's a new dance Granny made up.
I got these medals for it. Well, I'm splitting out to the kitchen. I promised them other cats that I'd lay some pizza on them. Eyeball you later.
Ain't she the swinging Ed?
Mr. Drysdale, you know them beatniks we was talking about?
Yes.
Let's talk some more. Granny?
Well, if it ain't Big Daddy and old Milburn Tight Fingers.
Granny, you stop that kind of talk.
Well, then you tell Mr. Banker Man to stop putting us down. What? Bugging us beats.
Granny, surely you're not serious about becoming one of them.
Yeah, Granny, act your age.
I ain't felt this young in 50 years. Them other cats say I'm a way out chickie. Right, Clyde?
You're so far out, you're in.
What are you doing?
I'm like spinning platters for a possum pizza. Oh, and speaking of platters, we need some new discs for the juke.
What do you say?
We need some new sides for the music box. Could you lay some bread on us?
Well, you need money, huh?
We is like Tap City, Big Daddy.
I thought you beatniks were supposed to scorn money. Now,
Mr. Drysdale, let's take a little ride. Howdy, Mr. Epps, Miss Squirrel.
How about this wild gig Granny Chick laid on us?
It's wild.
Come on, Big Daddy, swing in and I'll show you how to dig taters.
I was digging potatoes before you was born.
Ooh.
Easy.
Come on, dig.
Not right now. I'd like to have a few words with Mr. Epps here.
Lay him on me.
Well, can we go outside? I'd like to lay him on you where you can hear him.
Daddy, your slightest wish is my creel. By, did Clyde speak to you about the green bread?
What?
The lettuce we need for the new discs. The records.
Oh, yeah. I brung some lettuce.
Oh, Daddy, that is the whole Imperial Valley.
Yeah. Now, I'd like to talk to you for a minute about the Granny.
Oh, that chick is the cool end. She comes on like Buster's gang.
I suppose there's some way we could, uncool her, so to speak?
Oh, no, Daddy. Once you've tasted the joys of outer Bohemia, you never go back to Squaresville.
Too bad. That's just where I'd like Granny to go, and I was kind of hoping that you would, help me get her there.
Oh, man. Ask me anything but that. For Sheldon Epps to square a cool would be like to betray the cause to which I've sworn undying devotion. High treason.
I see. Well, looks like I've been dropping my hook in a fished-out creek.
Drop it again, Daddy. There's a big trader eyeballing your bet.
Kind of quiet in there.
Maybe they flaked out from doing the tater digger.
Well, my possum pizzas will bring them around. And if they don't, my turnip tacos will. We done fell in the wrong hole. This here is Squaresville.
It's Cube City. How do you do, Granny? Jethro?
Shelly, baby, what gives? You done blew your cool.
I beg your pardon?
You shaved off your beard.
Yes, the management frowns on hirsute adornment, Mr. Bodine.
My name is Clyde.
Yes. One moment, I'll see if I can get you a table. Mr. Burgess?
At your service.
Wiggy, baby, where's your cool threads?
What did she say, Mr. X?
Friends. I believe that's one of those vulgar beatnik expressions. Would you please try to find these people a table well to the rear? Their unkempt appearance might lower the tone of our establishment.
What am I going to do with the pizza and tacos?
Leave them here, please. You will be served fruit punch and ladyfinger surprise at your table.
Oh, howdy, Granny. Jethro. Ellie Mae is back yonder sculpting up a storm. Look at this here pussycat she done.
I don't dig it.
Me neither. It's too square.
I believe I'll ask Horace what he thinks of it. Excuse me, Horace, but would you give us your opinion of this here sculpture?
I find it remarkably lifelike.
Attention, everybody. One more waltz, and then we are going to play charades.
Come on, Clyde, let's split.